Welcome back, everybody, yet to another episode here on the Bruvcast. Saturdays, that's our day that we fellowship with our British brothers over there. You know what I'm saying? Most of them out in the good L town, London. Shout out to London. And hold on a second, I got
Yeah.
myself here on the thing. Hold on a second. I'm echoing because I got this goddamn shit on. All right. So, guys, thank you for supporting the show. Come in here and like the video. And right now, the other brothers, they're getting barbecue sandwiches and grits and collard greens, what I'm saying, over there in London. So they're a little late. But right now, we're rocking with my man, Falcon Black. You know what I'm saying? Falcon Blizzard. What's going on with your pimpin'?
Yeah, what's up, man? What's up, O'Shea? Once again, thanks a lot for the UK podcast. I've been busy this month, so I couldn't make the last one. But yeah, you can catch me, Falcon Black MGTOW, YouTube, uploading videos regularly now. So feel free to check them out if you can.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my boy Darkside 9014. Damn, boy, you coming, but you ain't playing, huh? Thank you, brother. Shout out to Harry Mingo Doug, Simply Deep in the building. Now, listen, man, me and you been kind of cool offline, also real cool offline. You know what I'm saying? So you're one of the few people who got my phone number and all type of shit. Hotep. This podcast today, we're talking about dating white women as a black man in London or the UK. Now, why does this particularly subject hit home, let's say, with you?
Well, previously, about a year ago, I just came out of a 5-year relationship with a white woman. I don't want to go into too much personal detail about her, but she wasn't British. She was from another European country. But, prior to that, I think that just because of the numbers of black people in the UK, I think we are bound to have some sort of relationship with white people in general, be that black men or black women.
You still there?
Yeah, still here.
Yeah, let me ask you this, because how did obviously I know you live in the UK, and it's a very small population of blacks, but how did you meet? Let's talk about before you dated this white woman. Was this the first one that you dated, or were you dating like black women before, or what?
Yeah, actually my first what's up, Marlon?
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
You all right? Yeah, good, cool. Actually, my first girlfriend was from Gambia. She was a British Gambian, basically. But after that, in between, I didn't really have a preference racially. I was pretty much open to dating wherever, So, I've dated women from, when we're talking about white women, I've dated women from Spain, Argentina, New Zealand, Australia, Italy, pretty varied.
Okay. Shout out to Senator Truth. I just sent it to you in Traverne. Let me ask you this. Hold on, I sent y'all a link too. Hold on a second. I invited y'all, but let me ask you this. How did you meet this white woman, Hotep? How did that happen?
So my last long-term relationship, I met her in a simple bar. So that was in my mid-20s, pretty much every weekend. This was, I was so entrenched in that lifestyle. This wasn't just pretty much out alone. So, and that's very well known for its kind of nightlife.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot, it's very kind of less prompt, it's kind of alternative, a lot of punks, a lot of different things over there. So basically, just simply met her in a bar. She was out with colleagues, I just, I was fooling around, dancing about, and just took a number from there. So it wasn't anything special. It was just a simple in the bar, get the number, and then start dating from that point.
Did you go in there tricking like me, like I taught you, or what?
Yeah, back then, man, I was tricking like a.
Okay, that's good. That's good, boy. All right. Hey, yeah. Yeah, buy
I
them
was
bitches a
strict
bunch
with
of
the
diet
food.
waters, nigga. So let me just
A
ask
lot
you,
of
so
JT and Coke. Yeah.
why did that relationship go so long? I mean, because it was like, I remember you tell me about, old girl, it was like 5 years. What was the differences in that relationship then? What the hell you doing, boy? What's the difference between that? That nigga just came out just whistling out. No, yo, sit your ass down, nigga.
Shit.
Funny.
What the fuck was that shit? All right, hold on, we live. We can't. I know. Why did that relationship go in so long? Shout out to my brother, Information Man, brother. Shout out to Hotep, brother, Information Man. That's my brother right there. We're gonna do a show, Hotep. Why did that relationship go so long in comparison to to the girl from Gambia?
I think initially it was that this particular white woman just pretty much came from a point of wanting to be like a traditional partner. She was our initial conversations were about the Bible. She was telling me about prophets or prophets' wives that she tried to aspire to. So I kind of thought that this was a different woman. And outside of that, she was she was very loving, very affectionate. She was open to new experiences. She was, I guess for me, to some extent, she provided a breath of fresh air, because that Gambian woman, she was the stereotypical black woman. And, to be fair, we were like 19 and she was a bit younger at that point. But I mean, she was just the stereotypical black woman, and I was the stereotypical beta simp, like straight up. So, I was paying for dates, even though I was working part-time and in college, and she was working full-time at that point. And I was paying for all the dates, all the activities, all the drinks and stuff like that. And she was just sitting pretty, taking it all in. So the difference was that, the reason why it lasted 5 years is because, for one, this white woman was more engaging. She was more willing to sacrifice. She was more kind of aggressive with making sure that we're legit, making sure that we are actually a proper couple, as opposed to the Gambian, who was just really out there looking for fun. Really wasn't settled, really didn't have any real aspirations. Right now, that Gambian's actually married with, I think, 2 or 3 kids, and she's working in the same company that I met her in. This was probably like over 10 years ago. So that's just a difference in, I guess, mentalities, and that's why I guess it's easy for someone like me to kind of take the bait, I guess, of that affection from the white woman. I hate to say white woman, but just so you guys know, I'm referring to her. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Let me do this. And again, one of my newer favorite YouTubers, brother Information Man show. The way he holds the microphone, he reminded me of a deacon at my church. The Lord is so good, praise Jesus. The way he holds his microphone when he be talking, you remind me of Deacon Andrews over at Mount Olive Baptist Church. Hallelujah. Shout out to my brother, man. He got some good content. Shout out to Mason Austin for the super chat. Keep the good work, brother. I appreciate you. And Hotep to my brother, wake the hell up, man. Listen, this is my longest moderator, I think. Him and Falcon. He been with me since I had like 10 subscribers, man. He in here spending all his gambling money on here. All right. And shout out to the Dr. Deacon Eric P. Shout out to the English brothers and their win against Sweden. Damn! Y'all winning, man. Y'all must got a lot of niggas on the team.
Semifinals.
Okay. All right. Hotep, brother. So let me do this, my man Falcon. Like I said, we're going to get into the real nitty gritty. We got my other brothers. We got the light skinned brother that's just making the dog whistling sound. Okay. That's my brother, Senator Truth. Let me go to him. My brother Marlon on here. Brother King Rich got all the muscles. If you niggas got a problem, I'll just hide behind him. It's going down. Okay. He will fuck one of you niggas up. All right. Let's go to my brother, Senator Truth, man. What's going on with dating these white women's player?
I'm good. Let me think. things here is good regarding like black guys dating like white women. I would say technically here it seems to be more acceptable for a black man to be dealing with white women. I haven't really seen like racism like that or like, you know, jumping over the fence problems. So yeah, I would definitely say that. I have dated a few white women in the past, but not very recently. More people cross overseas and things like that. But you know, there's certain stories I could say as I was growing up about, you know, white women. Apparently, they are the cream blessed best at giving head for some reason. I don't know why does that story keep going around South London. So I don't know what's that all about. But yeah, besides that, it's all good, man. It's all good down here. You know, I know a few of my cousins who have dated white women and, you know, had successful relationships and families. So yeah.
Let me ask you this, because I was
Yeah,
writing
go.
down Brother Falcon, and he was man, he was saying some real shit. He said some things like more willing to sacrifice, engaging, very affectionate, very loving. These are some of the things he said. Now to be fair, when he was dating the Gambian chick, obviously he said that he was a little bit younger. So was she. He had a different mentality towards life or women. But let me ask you this: when you hear these things, very affectionate, very loving, more willing to engage, more willing to sacrifice. When you hear these talking points that Falcon was mentioning,
Yeah.
is that your interpretation or what you felt when you dated white women in London?
Definitely. But the thing is it's kind of weird because there's like no middle ground with like obviously it's based on my experience, it could be different for others. Like it's kind of like there's no middle ground. She could turn from like really loving to bitch in like 60 seconds, like literally. Because I remember once where, you know, it's really all about acting as a man, obviously, because women sense man's weakness. But what I would say is they could be the most loving at the beginning, and then, say, for example, shit goes down south, they could turn into absolute, you know. So that's what I'll definitely say. All the talking points he's basically said. Yeah, I agree with that because I've experienced it through my younger years, also into my adulthood. So there's definitely no doubt about that.
Okay. No, great points. Turn into bitch in 30 seconds. Okay, that's definitely something that we brothers in America know all about. Do me a favor, brothers, y'all in here, man. Get the likes up, Hotep brothers. Put a like in the on the video. I appreciate you. Put the collard green sandwiches down. I know you niggas are in the building. Good to see y'all. Okay, good to see y'all. Let me go to my brother King Richards and Marlon's Maggie, because during the email, I'm pretty sure he don't mind me sharing. It's like, yeah, man, I can't wait to go in on this topic. So, King Richards, get your Edward on. Like I said, man, when I come to London, man, I'm gonna need to hire you as a bodyguard, because I was talking hella shit to you. Then I was like, God damn, this is a big motherfucker. I was like, this motherfucker like 6'9". I'm like, shit. I'm like, I'm gonna have to get a break for this nigga. But anyways, player, go ahead and tell me on what's up with all these white women's out there, man, and what your experience has been in comparison to dating, let's say, our own or black women in the UK.
All right, well, you can hear me, yeah?
I can. Hotel,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
All right, cool. So basically, my last girlfriend was a white girl, typical blonde hair, blue eyes, pale skin. You know what I mean? Polar opposite to me. All right. She came from two-parent family, where money's not really an issue. Her parents, they have their own business. This girl goes on holidays like 3 or 4 times a year. Typical stereotypical poor little rich white girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my experience with her was like she is a good person, right? Fundamentally, she is a good person. She has a good heart, but she can't understand where I'm coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a problem with her being able to relate to my experience and her experience. I believe that like every time I've dealt with a white girl, right? And bear in mind, I've only dated this was the first white girl I ever dated seriously. Every other white girl I only kind of just messed about with, right? What I notice when I deal with white girls is that they live in a bubble. They live in a bubble of, you know, first of all, she's a female, right? And then second of all, she's a white female, right? So their perception of the world is completely warped. Like my ex-girlfriend was very, very, very optimistic, which is not a bad thing. She always used to see the bright side of everything. And when I used to talk to her about certain issues pertaining to being a black male, especially living in a place like which is predominantly white, right? I'm outside of London, predominantly white, and the issues that I felt pertain to me in regards to race, she couldn't understand, and she kind of felt like I had a chip on my shoulder. And that shit used to really piss me off, and that was kind of like the seed of me realizing that I don't want to date. I don't really see myself dating a white girl seriously again. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was a good person. She was a nice person. Yes, she was loving. She was giving, you know, the arguments. I swear, I think me and her had literally 2 arguments in 8 months, right? And yeah, she was a good person. But at the end of the day, she's from a different world to me. Now, I'm not trying to tell other people what to do. I'm not saying don't date white girls, but I'm saying for me, I don't think that is a good option. You know what I mean? The grass is not necessarily greener. You know what I mean? There's certain ideas that she had, which was just out of straight ignorance about black people, because her experience with black people was so limited. You know what I'm saying? So the other fact that her friends and family didn't necessarily fuck with me. Do you know what I mean? And that's another thing she was naive about. Do you know what I mean? She'll be like, oh yeah, my dad, he's not like that, blah, blah, blah. But then hold on, when I broke up with her and she was on her own and that her dad was like, oh, maybe you should lose weight and then white boys will like you.
Damn.
Yeah. So, you know, it is a lot of fact. Like, at the end of the day, it's not just about, oh yeah, you're just dating this girl and that's it. There's a lot more to it. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, the grass is not always necessarily greener. And another thing is, a lot of times when I see black dudes with white women, those white women are not all that. Now, a lot of dudes like to, you know, say, oh no, I get bad bitches. Do you really though? I want to see proof, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because nah, man, I'm sick of that shit. Started to get on my nerves. Like, oh yeah, I get bad bitches. Not even just the white women thing. A lot of guys just say they get bad bitches, but do you really though? You know what I mean? My chick, I had white boys always, even up till today, I got white boys that from around my area that always ask me, oh, you still with that chick? You still with that chick? Because that chick was actually good looking. She wasn't no fat fucking bitch. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that is what it is. But like, for instance, me, when I was at work today, I saw the 2 of the stereotypical interracial couples. I saw 2 tall, like these niggas were bigger than me. 2 muscly, tall black dudes, right? And they were with fat white women, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that pissed me off, bro. And then when I saw the topic for today, I was like, oh my God, yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's true. Now, obviously, there's exceptions. And if you live in somewhere like London, California, or Miami, of course, yeah, you've got more chance of picking up a bad white chick, innit? Like, you know what I mean? But you got to understand, there's a lot of factors that go into that. Do you know what I mean? In my opinion, yeah, most of these bad white chicks, they're not gonna fuck with a black dude, bro. Especially if you don't live in a culturally diverse city. Good luck with that, bro.
Can I add something?
Yeah, go ahead.
One thing which you were saying there
Yeah.
is, unless that bad white chick has the black man star pack. If she has the black man star pack, it don't matter if she's bad. If she's bad and she got a black man star pack, yeah, we talk about that last year, she gonna fuck with you.
What is
Trust
the
me.
black man star pack?
All right, so what a black man starter pack is, right? Is a certain hairstyle, right? Certain
The
hairstyle.
gel.
Everyone knows about that gel, that certain hairstyle, right?
Yeah.
You know, and you got the big loop airlings, yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
and you got that fat ass.
An Air Max 95.
That is, yeah, and the Air Max 95.
Not the Air Max 95. Or white Air Force Ones.
Or the Adidas tracksuit, yeah. That's the black man starter pack.
Or they have them
MG.
blonde braids or
Yeah,
Yep.
or dreads.
Short braids.
or
Yep.
the dread, yeah. It don't matter if she's a bad chick and she got the black man starter pack here. That's a video I'm definitely making when I start the Black Man's for UK, right? I'm telling you, if she's a bad looking chick and she got that black man starter pack, she gonna fuck with me. Trust me, I know this.
Yeah, and the thing is with them,
Go ahead.
the
go
thing
ahead,
is
go ahead.
the thing is with those kind of chicks, because I've had those chicks before. The thing is with them, they usually only date black dudes.
Yep.
And those kind of white girls, bruh, I'm sorry, like, yeah, I'm generalizing, but most of them are hoes, bruh. Most of them are hoes,
I
like,
agree.
they've been hoeing from school times, bruh. You know what I mean? Like, you know them kind of hoes that be, like, sucking dick on their knees, a bare man in a circle around them. You know them ones, like. So that's that old school shit, bro. Like, you get me, running trains and that. And then now, obviously, they probably moved to a next place, so no one knows their scumbag history. And then now they want to go and act like they're brand new. But anyway, fucking yeah, bro. Like, look, at the end of the day, yeah, all these black dudes that talk about, oh yeah, I get bad white girls, you can too, bro. I want to see proof first, bro. I want to see you move into them, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not necessarily like that, bro. You know what I mean? But anyway, next person can speak about it. I've got a bare things to say anyway.
No, you and I would say you and Falcon Black made you guys giving me a lot of good content for the rest of the show. So thank you for your contribution. But Master Marlon, he gonna come on here and drop some heat for these niggas. Go ahead, man, Marlon, go ahead on play and let them know what's going down out there, dog.
Hello?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm driving, man. Hold on, sorry, 1 second.
Okay. Hold tap.
I can't hear you. I'm just trying to fiddle with something. Give me 1 second. Hold on.
All right.
Yeah, say something. Let me see if I can hear you.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Okay, what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on, fam?
So you're talking about white experience, yeah?
Yes, like dating white girls.
Okay, yeah. I got one experience still with a white girl. But I was kind of young. I was 16. She was 27.
What the fuck?
Wait, she was what?
Wow.
Wait, what did he say?
She was 27. I was 16.
Hotel.
That's how I get down, bro. You know how it is, bro. But yeah, like what it is. Generally, like even including her, generally, I think white women are just easier to get along with. That's my experience. Do you understand?
Yeah.
She was the kind of person that would, try and look out for me, whether it's financially. I'm not saying I asked her for money, but she would say, "Are you cool with money?" You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want to come round? Do you want to sleep over? Just concerned. You know what I'm saying? But my better experience was with an Asian girl, so I don't know if there are topics about that as well.
Go
Can I
ahead.
bring that up? Hello, sorry?
Yeah. Go ahead. We talk about the Asian girl. Let's talk about that. It's fine.
To tell you the honest truth, the Asian girl was one of the best girls I've ever been out with. You know what I mean? Like proper homely, feminine. You know what I mean? She tried to introduce me to her parents, but obviously I was just like, bitch, please, that's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like that's not happening.
What type of Asian was she?
Indian.
Okay.
Yeah, you know that wasn't going down.
Yeah. I just said, nah, man, that's not
Hotel.
happening. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, because I don't know where I grew up. Yeah. Obviously, I grew up on the road, so my experience may be a bit different. The black girls I grew up around were a bit ghetto, a bit rough. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's masculine. I wasn't really feeling that too tough. So when I was going out the end and I was meeting white girls or Asian girls, my experience was much different. I think one of the biggest differences as well is that, you know, white girls and Asian girls, yeah, they're able to actually not only accept love or accept affection, but they're able to give it as well. Whereas black girls, I don't think they can accept affection or accept love. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't know how to give it. They don't know how to accept it. They think it's weak. It makes them feel different. You know what I'm saying? So they're more likely to dump you if you come on that, you know, affectionate vibe. You know what I'm saying?
He said some shit right there.
Yeah, yo, that's my experience, because trust me, man, like I've seen too much, you know what I'm saying, even from my own mum and my own family, you know, and the way I grew up. So I'm not saying I'm against black women. I do love black women. I prefer black women, but if I deal with a black woman, she's gonna be an African black woman. Do you understand? Yeah, because you know what, bruv, you know, I could get into some stories, bruv. It's just too much, the things I've seen, bruv. I'm gonna get into it though. You don't go ahead. Let me park up and I'm gonna get into some shit, bruv.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Marlo's getting ready.
Yeah.
So while Marlo's getting ready, let me go to MGTOW, Falcon Black MGTOW. Let me do this, man. Because I've been hearing, you know, some things I've been writing down. Let me kind of get back to this emotionally unavailable piece that Marlon talked about. And dude, it's just so crazy to hear all of you guys say the same thing, that this is the same situation that's going on in the United States. It's not even any different. It is the same exact. That's what's so powerful about, like, I think that this particular show that we do on Saturdays is just like, it validates everything that the dudes in America are saying. Like, so there's no way that somebody can say, oh, you have, you know, oh, you're self-hating, you're hating coon. Like, the things that these brothers are saying are the same thing that we saying. So
Exactly.
we're just comparing notes. And let's talk about this whole unavailable emotionally piece. Because I think Marlon makes a point. Like, if you try to love or show a lot of affection to, you know, black chicks, it makes it very difficult for them to accept it. Sometimes they don't know how to give love. They don't know how to show love. So it's a little bit more difficult. But let's talk about when you were dealing with, not to say that, you know, these women are perfect, but when you're dealing with the white woman that you had for 5 years, how was she able to internalize, you know, your affection or your love when you gave it to her, and how was she able to reciprocate it back?
I mean, you know, she was able to reciprocate it in a sort of common sense way. You know, it's like, you know, with some stereotypical black women, and I hate to say that, but I also see the same family, my sisters, for example. It's like they don't respond in a logical way. I mean, I'm not expecting women to, you know, be hard on logic, but I mean, when you give, you know, you kind of expect to receive, sort of thing. And this is what I find lacking with the black women I've experienced, you know, even, you know, recent black women. But yeah, I mean, with the white lady I was with, kind of similar to what King Richards was saying, you know, she came from a middle-class family, both parents, you know, she's from Scandinavia, and they're loaded, you know, they have like cabins in the mountains. We go to ski during Christmas and whatnot. You know, she was very grounded and very generally happy, you know. And so I guess that was the base, you know, that was the foundation that allowed her to be able to express her affection and her love and not find it to be embarrassing, or, you know, kind of took pride in it. She took pride in, you know, cooking food. You know, she would bake a cake from scratch with apples and pears, you know, post it on social media and look what I'm doing for my man, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So it was like that. But, you know, even though, you know, I want to talk on this a bit later on, but even though that might seem like the catch of white women, you know, we still need to talk about the flaws of white women, because I think when we do this white woman versus black woman type of thing, it's like we overanalyze the flaws of black women and we make it seem like other women are better. When I'm sorry to say, but to me, they're all the same. It's just different, you know, different set of flaws, different set of pros, but it's the same you know, it ends in the same way. It's the same thing.
Okay.
You know, so
let me ask you this regarding to the flaws. Let's talk about that right now because this is what it's about. It's about, you know, your experience in King Rich's. He mentioned you know, a lot of flaws, but let's talk about that. Let's talk about some of the flaws that you've experienced with in your, you know, in your relationship that you had with the chick.
I mean, at the end of the relationship, the main cause of the split was essentially cultural difference. You know, and it's really kind of funny to say after 5 years, you know, cultural difference. But the thing is, what I kind of find, you know, with a lot of Western white women, especially, is that they are very much intertwined with this whole feminism, you know. And what I kind of saw in that relationship was that even though, you know, my ex was kind of mentally strong to some degree, you know, she had a lot of feminist friends, a lot of friends that will, you know, she loves socializing. So it's like every night she'll go out and come back. It's like a new talking point, you know. It's like her philosophies have shifted. You know what I mean? So it's like she's very, I mean, I think this is a general female trait. They're very they're good products of social engineering and media manipulation. You know, it's that changeability, the constant shifting. But I kind of feel that white women are more prone to that. And, you know, like King Richard says, you know, that sense of, you know, her truly getting you and understanding you, you know, that's a big thing. Because it's like the worst thing is to be living with someone, be in a relationship with someone, and you're like literally not getting, you know, she's not really getting you, you know, but yet she's the one that's pushing like the whole relationship thing, you know, the whole, you know, it's always a woman that's going to talk about kids first and all of that, you know. But yet, how can you talk about kids with a black man when you don't really get this black man, you know? She was very open to learn, for example, Nigerian culture, to cook Nigerian food, you know, that you know, that's how she is. She's generally a good person. But it's like for her, or for me, it seemed like it was more for show. It was more to prove that, yeah, look, I'm a good woman. It's like seeking validation, but at the end of it, it wasn't really true. You know, that's what I find with white women, and that's why, like King Richards, I would never ever say like a white woman is a better option. Like, and this is coming from someone after a 5-year relationship, so you need to really take that, you know, as some sort of game, because all women have the flaws, you know, and it's just as critical, just as lethal, you know. So yeah, the main flaw for me was the changeability aspect. I think that white women are just prone to manipulation from feminism, especially. And it's like you can't really, you know, how we can feel. I don't know. It's like, at least with black women, it's like you can kind of feel each other. You know, there's like a spiritual, there's like a depth of connection where you kind of just get, you know, it's like intuition. But I find, like, you know, with our cultural differences, you know, white people don't really get that, you know. Like King Richard was talking about family. I was spending so much time with the family, you know, Christmases with family. You can imagine over 5 years, but yet you come out of it not even feeling like you really know these people. And it's not because they're bad people, but it's just because the conversation is at that sort of surface level where it's like it's kind of like you're just talking about crap that is irrelevant. You're not going deep. And I think I always try to, yeah.
Can I ask you a question? Like, you know, when you was dealing with her family and friends, like, this is what I felt. Didn't you feel like it's like they're walking on eggshells when they talk to you, and it's like you don't feel real, because they're like they're scared to say what, you know, they're gonna ask you the wrong thing. They might say something very ignorant that might upset you. Like
that is, and to exactly
me, that makes it feel like you can't even be real with them. Like they can't be real with you. You can't be real with them. So what the fuck are you really doing?
Exactly. You know, and I think especially in my case, since my ex was Scandinavian, it's like they're not really as developed in terms of racial, you know, the kind of racial harmony we have in London. It's not harmony, but that equilibrium. We understand certain things. It's like when you're dealing with other Europeans who don't really have that many black people in their society, yeah, they're gonna walk on eggshells, you know. One of her friends actually had a picture on Facebook of her in blackface, you know, and with a group of other to her, that bad person, whenever I'm, but it was like, like that. London, where in the UK or America, that, yeah, that's not going down. But it's like you have to deal with that sort of that where it's like, yeah, like a real connection. It's just like a smile in your face type of thing. It's not.
You kind of breaking up that player.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, the white man had his foot on your
yeah, for real, had his foot
okay.
on my booty.
Yeah, foot on your wireless, man.
Yeah, but that's my piece.
Okay, let me do this. We're gonna go to let's see. We're gonna go to Senator Truth and back to Mackie. Do me a favor, man. We got 177 people watching right now. I really appreciate you, brothers, man. We got a good show today. Do me a favor. Why don't y'all get the likes up? Because you know that you're supposed to like the video. I hate to tell y'all this all the time. So I need everybody to come on to the podcast and like the video. You know what I'm saying? We got this good game for y'all today with the brothers from the UK dropping all this game to you brothers all across the United States and other parts of the world. So, it's nothing for you to like the video. If you are listening in, we appreciate you. Go ahead and like the video. Thank you for all the people that are listening in right now. Let me go to the Senator of Truth while we getting the brothers to like the videos. I think now what I want to do is whatever you want to weigh in on, go ahead and do so. But Olu also talked about white women are more prone to feminism than black women. So I kind of want to talk about that also. But go ahead and just weigh in on whatever you want to weigh in on right now that you've been wanting to say in the conversation.
Yeah, sure. Wait. Yeah. Sorry, just checking my mic. When he was talking about the tread on eggshells thing, like, it's sometimes it's not even just speaking to the parents. You know what I'm saying? It's sometimes just speaking to the chick. Sometimes, man. You just like sometimes like when you like speaking to a white chick about certain things, like you are kind of like you're kind of actually thinking about what you're saying instead of actually letting it roll off the tongue. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something I have like somewhat experienced. It's like in my subconscious mind, I'm not thinking about it. It's just like, yeah, I better be careful what I say, yada yada yada. All right. I don't know if it's a racial indifference or like he was saying about cultural differences and things like that. But the thing is with dating with like white chicks as well is like what I have noticed is black chicks, like especially black chicks you've dealt with in the past, get really, really mad. All right, because I've experienced this where, like, imagine this. This was one of my exes, right? And we were completely done, meaning that we were no longer in a relationship. Yada yada yada. Right now, she sees me with this white chick, right? And I got a whole paragraph of Messenger, right? I remember this like way back. I think it was either Bebo Messenger or AOL or MSN Messenger, right? Way back in the day, right? And basically she was saying, oh, I thought you loved me and all this stuff and yada yada yada. But I'm like, you the one who dumped me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were the one who stood me up on my first flipping date with you in the first place. So the thing was like in a relationship. So the thing is sometimes like black women are seen in the UK, even if she's not interested in you, it's like she's dick policing you sometimes. Because I've noticed this. And it comes to a point where what happens is sometimes a black woman just get really aggressive towards you. I've experienced this on a couple of times where there was even a time where a black woman almost got me killed because of this. I'm just keeping it 100. I'm just keeping it war 100 with you. And like, apparently she ain't even in the country anymore. She's in the US. So it is what it is. So like, in all honesty, I think black men should just be very careful when dealing with like, especially a white chick in the UK. I'm not saying this like to fair people and like to make people scared or whatever. It's just saying like, just be careful what you say, because like certain people are just gonna feel some sort of way. Even your own race is gonna feel some sort of way about it. So yeah, that's just something I just wanted to weigh in there.
Okay, let me also ask you this, because Falcon, MGTOW Falcon, he says that white women are more prone to feminism than black women. Well, why do you think that's true, or do you agree or not?
Um, I would say I would somewhat agree that white women are more prone to feminism simply because all you got to do is in England, there's a lot of white feminists about like, and there's not really many black feminists you really see here in like the UK, right? Like only could and the so-called black feminists are not even in the UK anymore. The so-called British black feminists, they've like moved on to further their career in the US. Yeah, I say like I remember what was it Naomi Campbell was one of them. I think she was a UK
Right.
she was a UK model, and I know she was talking about feminism. So black women like that ain't exposed to that type of stuff unless they watch like media from say overseas or America or wherever where they're heavily influenced from. So now, say for example, you go and look at the UK. There's plenty of white women who are indoctrinated feminism. Say for example, like what's her face, Emma Watson. She's a good prime example of someone in the UK who's a white woman who every white woman somewhat wants to be or let's say emulate to be in some sort of way someone who's good looking, someone who's slim, someone who's got money, and basically has these feminist ideologies. And a lot of white women tend to look at that type of thing, and it's especially the ones who are more in the upper class uh, situation or living type of lifestyles. For example, people who go horse racing and all that kind of stuff. Because that's what I've basically dealt. That's what I've noticed. Is what I basically dealt with. Because I've been in. There was 2 times in my period of life where I was dealing with posh people during my younger years, like when I was like really really young, and then as I got older, I was more going towards the more urban side of things. So I understood how the upper class worked, and I understood how the middle class, lower class works.
Okay, okay. All right,
Yeah.
let me do this real quick. Let me another brother had just donated the super chat. Let me go ahead before we go back to Is Marlon still there?
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Let me just shout out the super chat guy for this. And guys, thank you so much for like listen to the video. Get the likes up on the video. We just need a few more likes to get to 100. I know some of y'all got them good jobs. Y'all don't want to let everybody know you like the video. Marcus the realist, if black women really loved us, the abortion rates wouldn't be so high in the black community. Black men have to vet her mama, her friends, etc. Ooh, that's pretty interesting comment. Thank you, brother. I don't know how if there is a abortion rate that high and also in the UK, but let me kind of go to Marlon. You have some things that you wanted to go into deeper. Go ahead and do that now.
Yeah, yeah. Just on what the brothers were saying, center of truth. I don't know. I think my experience with white chicks has been from.
You there? Hello.
Yeah. Sorry, my phone was playing up. No, I got a lot of cooperation from these white chicks. Still, they seem very cool to me. I don't really have to watch what I say around them. If anything, I could be myself around them. You know what I'm saying? I personally watch what I say around black girls. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe it's the way I grew up because I'm telling you, yeah, like in front of my eyes, yeah, I've seen guys get shot over this. You know what I'm saying? Like there's the type of black girls that I've grown up with. Like you don't want to know them. Do you understand? And maybe it's my fault, maybe it's not, but that sort of skewed my my outlook on black girls. I know there are good ones out there, but the ones I've seen, like the ones that set people up, the guys I've seen get shot. I mean, 2 guys. Once I was there, the other time I went there, happened down the road. And yeah, and like I told you guys, I spent some time inside. I'm not going to go into what the charges were, or as you in America said, indictment. I'm not going to go into that, but just say one of them was including firearms. You understand? Now, I told this girl, Yeah, I was going out with her long enough for me to actually talk to her and tell her about my past. Do you understand?
Mhm.
Now I told her, I said, look, at those days, I got firearms on my on my criminal record. You understand? So I can't touch fireworks, I can't touch gunpowder, I can't touch nothing to do with projectiles or explosives, or I'll go back to jail. Now, do you know what this chick went ahead and done after we had the argument?
What she do?
She saw me. She saw me. Yeah, I had like a. Okay, I had something in the house. She thought it was a strap. It wasn't. Yeah, it was. It was a toy one. It was for my nephew. Yeah, I bought it for my nephew. She saw a glimpse of it. Yeah, and she was like, "Oh, that's nice," or whatever. Anyway, a week later, we had an argument. Do you know what she done? She phoned the police and said the guy's a guy in the house. Yeah, police they come to my house, searched up the house, couldn't find nothing. I was in the cells for a little while they were doing that. Scene. I can't deal with these black chicks that especially come from the road. Do you understand? My experience with them has just been too messed up. You know what I mean? Like setting people, like things from certain people. Calling police on people, people getting shot. You know what I mean? Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I have to step outside that sort of circle of people and find some next black chicks. But I don't know, man. To tell you the honest truth, the African chicks, the white chicks, the Asian chicks that I've come across, it's miles apart, man. The difference is like the black sky and the white moon to me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me interesting stuff, guys. Go ahead and get the likes up here on the video. Shout out to Jay Wilson. Continue dropping that good night, brother. Thank you, Jay Wilson. Thank you so much, brother, for $20 super chat. Appreciate all you brothers, man, that are supporting the streams and watching these shows every Saturday with our British brothers, man. King Richards, you've been kind of going, man. What did you want to put into the game, brother?
I want you guys to hear me.
Is it Marlon still?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh, sorry. What were you saying? Something, or did I go off?
No. You're good. You're good. We're going to King Richards for right now. But you're good. We heard everything you said.
Okay, cool. Go ahead, man. Do you do, man?
All right, King, you there, King Richards?
Yeah.
Hotep. What did you want to say?
Yeah, fucking like no, I know what Marlon's talking about because like back in the day, obviously girls were doing a setup thing where they would basically get a guy gassed up like, oh yeah, she wants to fuck him, then
Wait.
His phone line's bad today, man.
be
Bro, your phone is messing up. Hello. Hotep, brother, what's going on?
shit. Hello?
Yeah. It was messing up, man. The white man is busy, man, today.
Yeah, he's on it, man. He's on it. But yeah, fucking
pressing the stream, brother. Go ahead, say it again. Say it all over again.
No, I was saying like I know what Marlon's talking about because back in the day, a lot of black girls in particular. Hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, a lot of black girls in particular, they was definitely on the vibe of like, setting guys up. Where they would have a guy get gassed up thinking he's gonna bang, and then the guy will come to their house or whatever. Usually they're hostile, yeah. And then there'll be guys there waiting for him to beat him up, to rob him, or worse. You know what I'm saying? So I know exactly what Marlon's talking about. Like that shit used to happen a lot. Do you know what I mean? And that's with the very like he said rough hood rat black chicks, like, you know what I mean? So I know exactly what he's talking about in that respect. Another thing that Marlon said that I agree with is that when I was with my white girl, I could say whatever the fuck I wanted to say. Do you know what I mean? I didn't really have to watch what I said, even in regards to the white dynamic, like, because even like if you was to ask my ex now if I'm racist, she would probably say that yeah, Michael's is racist. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up, like, but obviously I'm not, but she would say I am because of the views and the experiences I've had and how it shaped my perception of the world, like, do you know what I mean? But in that again just shows that she can't really relate to my experience. Do you get what I'm saying? So that is that. In terms of like black girls in general, like like for instance, I've had quite a few black girlfriends, right?
Mhm.
And you know, the main thing, the main difference I see in relationship wise is that with black girls, they're more in your face with it. Do you know what I mean? They're more in your face when they're not happy or they want to argue, or you know what I mean? They're more up in your grill. You know what I'm saying? Whereas like white girls, you know, well, my white ex, she was more like, you know, less like aggressive, less aggressive. You know, she was more bubbly, happy, just like what Marlon was saying. I co-sign exactly what he was saying. Like like my ex was very, very happy, 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 and yeah, very loving and all of that shit. And it's funny because in my experience, from my household, I don't really come from that. So you know, she was extra, extra, extra loving to me, and it kind of felt weird because I didn't really grow up like that. Like my mom is not the type of person to be like, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. Like that's not really the type of parent I grew up with. Like, do you know what I mean? So in that respect, maybe I was not the right person for someone like that. Do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, man. I mean, like, I think one of the main differences is that black girls, they are a little bit more aggressive, innit? Not
Mhm.
even a little bit. They are more aggressive. They are. You know what I mean? And that's one of the main differences. Like, I mean, yeah, you can move on to someone else, man.
No, I
But
just let me just say this, guys. Uh, guys, I got a lot of stuff written down. Do me a favor and like the video. Let me do this and again. Shout out to the brothers that does super chat and stuff like that. I appreciate you. Let me go to Falcon Black MGTOW before we go to back to Senator Truth. You made the point that white women are more prone to feminism than black women, but you know, like for most dudes that listen that are in like let's say black men, in our experiences, like there seems to be a difference between like a white woman who wants to do feminism and a black woman. They're two different forms of feminism. At least in Black America, it's like the Black American feminism is like you niggas ain't shit. We doing better than you. Fuck you niggas. We don't need your help. Like you niggas ain't gonna ever, you know. So that's what our experience, I think, with Black feminism. Like y'all niggas are worthless. You know, that's kind of how the relationship is between like Black feminists and Black men. But when you say white women are more prone to feminism, is there a difference between you think well white women who are feminists and black women who are feminists and how black men perceive the two? And why do you think that white women are more prone to feminist ideas?
I think the main difference is that what most people, or what most guys don't anticipate is that the feminism within white women is a bit more passive. You know, it's not as aggressive as black women. Oh, you ain't shit, and all of that. It's more, you know, I'll be nice, I'll be pleasant, but there is a consistent kind of, a corroding element. About have feminist friends, you know, and there was one friend in particular was a hard, and I'm talking like upper level. You know, she's like a publisher for a newspaper or something like that. So she's writing art. She's like at the top of the kind of ladder when it comes to feminism, promoting that rhetoric. All black women can, to, you know, like
kind of breaking up a little bit.
What? Sorry, man. Shit. What's happening today? It's too hot. Can you hear me?
It's the white man. Go ahead though.
Can you hear me? Yeah, but it's like black women, black feminist women are like the foot soldiers, whereas you know white women are the ones in the high tower, you know, doing the real move, you know, plotting the future, you know. And it's like, you know, especially with my ex, it was like feminism was seen as the right way, you know. In my opinion, as soon as a woman views feminism as liberation, you know, it's a wrap. You know, she's gonna go further down that rabbit hole, and she's just gonna hate men generally. And that's what I found. You know, I told you at the beginning of that relationship, this was someone who was admiring traditional roles and, you know, traditional Christianity. And then at the end of it, it's like a completely different person. You know, someone who you can't relate. It's like, what are you saying? You know, one moment you're saying you want to be a traditional housewife, then the next minute you're talking about empowerment, and you're talking, it's like every week after hanging around with friends, there's a new debate or a new talking point. So the difference for me is that, the white line of feminism is, you don't see it. It's kind of stealth. They act like, they keep it kind of passive. And that's one of the, that's what, in my opinion, a lot of white women are good at, playing that kind of passive, submissive role. Something that we think, the typical black woman can't do, but, they're still playing you. They can still play you out with that move. So don't be fooled by all that pink and lovely, flowery kind of shit, because there is still some power in that. I don't know if I'm making sense, but yeah, that's my kind of feeling.
Okay. Let me do this real quick. And everybody, what I'm saying, thank you for, like I said, supporting the show. Let me go to brother Senator Truth. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, I could hear you.
Okay. My shit is fucking up. Let me ask you this. This whole idea of culture, not being able to, white women not able to understand what the brothers are saying. How do you feel about like that? Have you experienced what these guys are talking about, as in like the cultures can't get along and trying to bridge that gap? They're not understanding you. I want to talk more about that because I've never really dated a white girl so seriously before, so I really wouldn't know. So, what would you say about that?
I can't really give you an answer on that. Simply because I haven't really experienced it. Like, we just seem to get along. That's that. Like, is what it is. But wait, what the hell? Where's O'Shea? O'Shea disappeared.
He's gonna come back. The lines are
Right.
bad, even my line is just cracking up every
Yeah.
Wow. Well, my internet's fine. I think she's be good.
Yeah, just carry on.
All right, yeah, okay.
Yeah, let's keep it going.
I am invisible. Invisible O'Shea. Basically, in regards to that, I haven't really dealt with that. I haven't really dealt with like culture clashes or like, the parents sort of things. Like, I haven't really dealt with it because the reality is, when I was a lot more younger, I was actually I was a coconut, basically. So what I mean by this is, there was a time where all my culture that I knew from Trinidad and Grenada, I didn't know about until like a really, really late age. So I was just basically a walking Englishman who just was just black, basically. So that's why I didn't really deal with it, because I isolated so well into that culture that I didn't know about any other culture. The way I knew this was because my mum runs a beauty pageant called Miss Trinidad and Tobago UK, and basically I spoke to a native Trinidadian woman, and she said to me, "Yo, do you eat ackee and saltfish?" And I told her, "What the hell is that?" So I knew, exactly. Like, damn, like I was whitewashed, basically. So I never had that problem where isolating or having that culture flat. Because basically I was a coconut, and there was a time where I actually hated my own kind at one point. Just keeping it honest. So that's really why I never really dealt with that.
Okay. Let me do this. Let me go back to Marlon, just real quick. Marlon, let's talk about this culture thing, right? Because there are a group of brothers on YouTube, and this is not just for white women, but there's brothers telling dudes to go to different places, go to the Philippines, go to Brazil. Got a lot of niggas going to the Dominican Republic, Hotep. But you said the best chick that you had was an Indian woman. Let's talk about the culture clash. Why didn't you and her stay together? What was the reason that relationship was salvaged?
Okay. Just to say, if I cut out, if you can't hear me, just tell me because my phone line's really bad. Um, but with the Indian one, that was more my fault. I was young and stupid. Just I was just doing stupidness. You know what I mean? That's why me and the Indian one, ended. I checked her up on Facebook the other day. She's married, kids, everything. She done well still. Like that was my fault. But I don't know. In regards to culture, I don't know. I don't think culture plays too much of a big part because we're all in London, we're all in the UK, we will all have a common culture. You understand? So you don't really need to go too far into your individual cultures. You don't need to really learn too much about, Caribbean culture. I don't really need to learn too much about Indian culture because we have a common culture, and that's like UK culture. You understand? And in regards to their cultures, that's always on the periphery anyway because there's a lot of Indian stuff in the UK. There's a lot of Caribbean stuff in the UK anyway. So we'll always have little bits of information and snippets on each other's cultures. You know what I mean? So I don't think culture plays too much of a big part if you live in a multicultural society.
Okay, I don't. I might. I mean, I live in the United States. I think I gotta disagree with that. But let me do this real quick. Let me go to King Richards and see, and whoever want to get long when I gotta order this food. Nigga. So one of y'all just y'all maintain yourselves, man. While I'm and I gotta go pass some gas too. That's nasty. So let me mute myself, and I would be farting and ordering food. Hotep. Go ahead, King Richards.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he was asking me a question or not, but like, boom, like basically, my experience is of like, the white girl I was with, she was decent. She was a nice person, bubbly. Bubbly outlook on life. Stress free and shit like that. Obviously, she came from a balanced family and stuff. My ex wasn't really a feminist. She was actually the opposite. My ex, she wanted to be taken care of because her dad was basically a chauvinist, right? And he basically took care of everything. Her mum didn't have to work, even though she did, but she didn't have to. So she was kind of looking for her dad. Do you know what I mean? But with brown skin. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I don't really have the experience of like a white girl being a feminist or anything like that because that's the only white girl I've ever dated seriously. Um, in terms of culture, I agree with what Marlon said. In England, well, in London, we all kind of grow up the same, especially if you're first generation. We all kind of grow up going through the same shit. You know what I mean? Um, but I do still stand by the fact that there is a disconnect when it comes to just understanding each other 100%. Even though, like, I will say that in my interactions with my ex, I felt free. I could say whatever the fuck I wanted. I still don't believe that she could really understand where I'm coming from because she's coming from her bubble that she's always lived in. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for you. It's just like if someone was to ask you, "Oh, what's it like being a white boy?" You don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? You can speculate, you can talk about what you think, but you don't know. Whereas, um, yeah, a black chick, she might give you headache and argue and blah blah blah, and a lot of them are super ratchet and hood rats. But if you're with a black chick, there's certain things she's gonna understand. If you just say one word, she's gonna know what you're talking about. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So that's
I
that
wanna.
thing, and Falcon was talking about it as well with the whole, she just gets it, she just understands, like, you know what I mean. And yeah, that's just a thing. In my opinion, I think that's an important thing in it, that you need to be someone that gets you, like, you know what I mean, like feels it.
Let me just say this real quick. I want to make sure I ask the difference between dating white women that's from Britain or dating white European immigrants from other places in Europe in Britain. So Polish, Romanian, Bulgarian, Hungarian. At some point, and let me go ahead, brother Marlon, and weigh in on what you want to weigh in on.
Sorry, was there a question?
You had something that you wanted to say, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, basically, I understand your disagreement in regards to the cultural issue, But I think that depends on how cultural the girl is. You know what I mean? Especially if it's like an Asian girl or girls from those strong cultures. Where King Richards was saying in regards to you know, she didn't understand certain black issues. I think there's a difference between culture and the shit that just happens against black people, i.e. social issues. A lot of people may not understand black social issues, but there's still a common culture you don't all get down with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to quickly say something. I mean, to branch off of that, to branch off what King Richards was saying about getting you. I mean, one very obvious thing that tends to happen, I don't know about you, but for me, you know, it's like when we're out in public, it's like for her, it's a surprise when we get like crazy stares and like, you know, like bad attitudes. You know, that's like an element of that disconnect where it's like, hang on a minute, you know, made a choice to be with a black guy. How have you not understood and how do you not know that, yeah, you know, we're going to have to face racism. You know, there's going to be people that really hate this. And the thing is, yeah, my ex was an attractive Scandinavian, blonde hair, green eyed, you know, a lot of white guys were after her, you know, you can see it. So that just made them even more disgruntled, like, you know, the stares and the little snide coughing or whatnot. So it's like, that's just another area where, you know, it's like you going out together and it's like, you know, you want to go as a unit, you know, I got your back, you got my back sort of thing. We can talk about any shit that comes up, but it's like, you know, these things tend to be like a surprise to her, you know, and those are one of the things that just, it's off-putting. It's like one time we went to Rome, we went to Italy on a holiday, and yeah, over in Italy, man, it was savage. It's like for them to see a big black guy with a little white girl, it's like they just didn't know how to handle it. Like I was getting aggressive stares. Like you get old people going out of their way to kind of frown at you and screw you, you know. And it's like, okay, that's fine. You know, I kind of anticipated that, but arose where like me that is the one that wants to initiate talking about it, and it's her that's like acting like, oh, well, there, like oblivious to it or like she's not affected by it. And that's the sort of thing, you know, it's off connect where if a black woman or any other woman of color, you know, the issue of and to have an open dialogue about racism, you know, that's one of the things that will alleviate any sort of stress or tension between, you know, as a couple. You know, so it's a very potent part. Like when she doesn't get, especially the racism aspect, when she's so naive that she thinks it's all multicultural, everyone's it's okay, you know what I mean? It's all handy. To be fair, people still don't accept black and white couples. That's just being real. Like
that's just like how my ex was as well. She was like that as well. Like,
yeah,
and
you're gonna face a lot of hardships on the streets. You know,
yeah,
you're gonna get that pretty much every day when you're holding hands. You know, some foreigner. It could be a Polish foreigner this time, just screwing you. Like they don't know how to compute it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, sorry, King Richards.
No, I'll interrupt you.
Sorry, but even in London though, that don't happen in London, I'm sure.
No, it happens. I'm telling you, and that's
in London. Yeah,
I'm telling you, man, it happens, and that's, you know, a lot of that also comes from a lot of immigrants that come, Eastern Europeans. Yeah, this is why I'm kind of anti.
Polish, bro. It's Polish.
Yeah, this is why I'm kind of anti-immigration, because it's like these new immigrants, they kind of disrupt the equilibrium we kind of have, the understanding that we've developed over decades, you know, between black and white, you know, in London. It's like when these new people come in with their ignorance, they kind of ruin things, you know what I mean? They kind of take things back, you know?
Let me say this. Just real quick. Cary Grant, I told him he had a question. So I said, man, yeah, super to the questions. And he got mad. This nigga donated, but he misspelled the shit. He said, I could put my money where my month is. Woo! Yeah, I can put my money where my month is. Yo, dude of today are too much in your feelings. Hotep, brother, I thank you for the donation, but nigga, you need to put your money into motherfucker a spelling service, nigga, because your ass, they need to have like super chat spell check, nigga. Like before you put Nigga, if you don't get your grammar together, but thank you so much, brother. Go ahead and put your question on there. I will ask your question, player. But let me just do this. I appreciate all of you brothers in here, but you know, like I said, this is soup. I love you like a play cousin, brother. But this is what I'm letting you know. All of you Negroes up in here, okay? When y'all want somebody to ask a question, that's why the white man created Super Chat. So that if you want to address the questions on the panel or participate, this is what your black ass can do. I didn't make it. Listen, I did not make the rules, brother. I'm just letting y'all know that's how you can support the show. This is a black male podcast. I deal with Negroes all across the world. London. Some of you stop with nigga. I'm a man first. Hold on, brother. I can refund your super chat if I can. You know, you got a little attitude, player. You know, don't get your ass banned after donating, nigga, because you can't get kicked the fuck up out of here with that bullshit. You got one more time. All right. So you know that's you running over here, pimping. This is my shit. All right. So you know that's what the super chat is for. It's for to support the streams and all that. That's what it's for. Okay. So, anyways, let me ask you this real quick. I just want to just ask anybody. I mean, I'll start with you again, Keith Richards, but before we go to Senator Truth, but I just want to do this. When you're out with a white woman, I'm Olu. Let me sorry, King Richards. I'm sorry. Damn. I'm thinking I'm looking at my doctor. It's coming. Falcon Black MGTOW. When you are out with a white woman, how do other black people take you? That's what I want to know. How do they take you? Like, I mean, I know what white people are looking at, but what are people looking at that are black? What's black women's expression? If you can gauge it.
Like, look, I just saw someone in the chat. No, so wavy. Like he said, UK dudes are coons, you know, and that's the typical, you know, black woman viewpoint when they see that, you know, and you know, out in the streets, the more aggressive kind of reaction from women and white men, you know. So it's like, you know, he's on both sides, you know. You know, should be an aspect detracts you or makes you, you know, it shouldn't weaken. You should just be aware of the hardships of, you know, dealing with this. So it's like with people, you know, some white women, it looks more like, it's like a fetish. You know, they take it like a fetish thing. You know, when they see us, you know, perhaps size difference, you know, big, muscular black guy, probably a stereotype with this frail kind of northern, Scandinavian type. It's like some kind of giggle. Oh, look at that, like it's some sort of fetish. Whereas white guys are more, you know, just outward aggressive, outward hating. You know, she's pretty. Black women. There was one black woman that straight up walked right to me. I assume she didn't see my partner, my ex, and she put that gooseneck shit, her hand, face, not in my face, where it's like you know, where it's like for me to defend myself, but it's like it was so weird that what the fuck, like you don't know me, I don't know you, but how is it that just by seeing this, you people react in such a way that it's almost hysterical, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Guy's reaction, I don't know, it's kind of mixed, you know. There's a lot of, let's be real, there's a lot of black out here that playing tack dog for black. So it's like, says, oh, look at that, it's not right. No, definitely you'll see black men like, you know, co-signing and you're trying to hand it to her. So it's just like a crazy mix of experiences. Like I said, you got some immigrants that just can't compute the shit. It's happening. Like what? It's like they just popped out of the like some sort of Nazi era, and they just can't compute. This is happening. A lot of people aren't ready for interracial relationships in the West.
Okay. Let me do this. Let me go to Senator Truth. Anything that you want to, you know, weigh in on, brother? And I guess, you know, because you're also a tall, like I think I don't know how tall Marlon is, but I know like King Richards is like 7'3".
Oh shit.
No, he's not. Like, how tall are you? You're like 6'5", right?
6'1", man. Come on.
Oh, I don't know. I thought you was like 6'4" or something. That's okay. That's Senator Truth. You're 6'4", right?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 6'4". Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever been out with a white girl and motherfuckers is looking because you're like, hella tall and shit, or what?
Yeah, definitely. One wasn't with a white chick because like there was a time when I was dealing with like this Turkish. I think it was like Turkish chick. Yeah, Turkish chick. All right, and obviously there was a white chick I was dealing with who is obviously born in Britain, right? So just English chick, and when King Richards was talking about how guys are saying that, oh, I'm dealing with bad white bitches and all this stuff. Yeah, like I'll be real with you, based off like the amount, because I have like a really big social circle. I've been around like the West End. I've been down clubs. I've been down Southwest, literally all corners of London, right? And what I notice is the guys that they say, like, when I see them who say they deal with bad chicks, when I actually like catch them out with the so-called bad chicks they're dealing with, they ain't even looking that nice. And the thing is I've actually gone around, I've actually told a dude this, like, yo, why you fronting like she's a 10 when she really a 6? I'll say I literally went to his face and said it. All right, because I just don't like, I'm just someone who just can't stand bullshit. So basically, even I could fend for myself. Like, even like the white chicks I was dealing with weren't even all that. Just keeping it 100. Like, I remember one chick that some of these white chicks, if they're ugly, like they make up for it in some sort of way. You know what I'm saying? Like more in, it could be the sexual department, it could be the submissive, obedient department. That's the type of stuff I basically deal with. I could honestly say I haven't dealt with like really bad white chicks. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's other races, yeah, but like British white chicks, no. Like the nearest I could probably say I've dealt with is probably a 6 or a 7, and she was like a single mother. So yeah, and that went real bad. I don't even want to talk about that, but basically, regarding that, yeah, like the ugly chicks, what it tends is like the ugly white chicks is like they'll either be giving good brain, they'll cook, they clean, they be submissive or whatever. But there's one thing I've noticed about some of these so-called ugly white chicks, right? Is what tends to happen is these chicks are very, very quick to fuck. All right, this is what I've noticed. They very, very quick to fuck. And I have honestly said that I've actually dodged the bullet. I mean, there was like this chick that was basically, she wasn't even all that, right? She sent me a nude that it got me traumatized in a way, right? So I had to roll out, yeah. But the thing is like, I just said, well, I actually dodged the bullet. All right. So this chick was basically a black man hunter. All right. So what happened was, as I went back onto Facebook, because the time I was off Facebook, I went back on Facebook. I went and go and check with this chick, right? And what I see is a light skinned kid, all right, a black, basically light skinned kid, right? So I was looking at myself and I was thinking, damn, that could have been me. So the thing is with that, let's not get things twisted. Is there is a lot of flaws about what it's saying. There's a lot of flaws like regarding like white women. Like I could point out a few, but it's just really weird like that. But I could definitely say, like, if you're a tall dude, like you 6'4" and whatever, like you sometimes become like a white chick magnet. I've noticed this because, like, the way is like you be going. Say, for example, I went in a relationship and they all saw me on their Bebo, right? And then you see all the comments about me in this picture of this ugly white chick, right? Because I was in a relationship with her, right? And basically they were saying, oh, you're so lucky, yada yada, like they're flipping celebrating. I'm like, what are you celebrating for? So I could basically put that as a story then.
Let me do this. This guy Breezy says this guy's a liar. Why don't you come on to the show and not you Breezy London? You can. How about you come onto the show so you can cuss your ass out? Don't be in the comments. Come get the link, nigga. Breezy, come on in here. Don't just be a hoe all in the chat talking shit. Come on to the podcast, nigga. So they can give you this work. I hate when niggas be all in the thing talking shit and don't want to come on and get this one. Mr. Fantastic Jackson, thank you so much. Negro Exciting News, do a show about police stopping and searching in the UK. We can do that next week. Y'all want to do that next week?
I don't
Yeah,
mind.
we can do that.
I've got a few stories I can share.
Yeah.
All right, let me do this. I want to know about this, right? Because let me go to brother King Richards and brother Mackey. So the dude that had the little London UK, come on to the show. You know, if you think somebody lying, come on to the podcast player, okay? So he can cuss your motherfucking ass out on the stream. They might not do it because they're from Britain, because y'all ain't got the nigga juice like we do in America. Because in America, we quick to go off on a motherfucker like what? All right, but let me ask you this: Is it true? Hold on a second. Since you don't want to come on, time your bitch ass out. Do black dudes in the UK think that white girls are more willing to do more sexual things, pleasing? Because I was on the show last year with Ashley W. And I'm gonna start off with King Richards on this one. I was on the show with Ashley W. and she was saying like more black dudes want to go with white women because they feel like white women are gonna do more sexual things, more nasty things than the average black chick. They'll be willing to more give it up more often. What do you have to say about that? And do you think that's true? You know, is that the perception about white women in the UK? White British women or white women who are immigrants from other countries in Britain?
Oh yeah, this is a good one for me. So basically, yeah, like obviously back in the day, from school days, it was always a thing of like, oh, white girls give head, and black girls don't give head. That was always the stereotype back in the day. Yeah, and I think for the most part, that was kind of true. Like, you know what I mean? It was a stigma. It was like a taboo for girls, like for black girls in particular, to give head. Like, that's nasty. Like, you're a hoe. Like, you're a sket. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like, as we all know, I'm sure we've all experienced black girls give head, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, so with my experience with white girls, yeah, but with my experience with white girls, I'll say, yeah, they are more open to doing more out of the box shit. Do you know what I mean? But I think all girls are willing to do it if you're the right guy. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like if you're the right guy and you can push the right buttons, if you make a girl orgasm enough times, she's gonna do whatever you want her to do, blood. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think it depends. It can depend on you as a guy. Obviously, some girls are more reserved than others. I mean, I'm sure there are white girls out there that are not gonna want to just do everything. But in my own experience, I found that the white girls I've been with, they have been a little bit more open to doing some, crazy shit. Like, there was one white girl that she wanted to do the whole, licking the booty thing.
Hold up. Wait a minute, hold up. Did she want you to lick her booty or she wanted to lick your booty?
She asked me if I wanted her to do it. To me. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't even like what you said because hotel.
No. You can ask me. Obviously, I said no, innit? Like, but like I thought that was a bit mad because obviously man was banging her, and then she was just like, "Oh, what? Like, do you want me to lick your bum?" Like, and I was like, "I'll never forget that." Like, she was just, and she said it normal, like this was some normal shit. I was like, no. Like, she's like, no, I don't mind, I don't mind. So I know that obviously she's done it like before, like, so now I was feeling mad suspect, like, oh shit, like, you get me, this girl is a true freak, like, you know what I mean, like, through and through, like, she's probably done some unspeakable things, you know what I'm saying? But like boom, like that.
Hold on a second. Let me shout out to my brother King Nick, man. My brother King Nick came in here and dropped 50 on me, player. That's hold on. Let me. That was 50. Hold on. Let me convert that. Okay. That was about almost 18,000 Nigeria Naira. Okay, but thank you to my brother, man, King Nick. He always supporting. But yeah, let's get back to this ass looking player.
Yeah, like so, like basically, and the thing was, that wasn't the only time she asked me, bro. Like it's like she wanted to do it to me, bro. Like you know what I mean, like,
Right.
and she had a where she wanted to like stick her fingers in my ass and shit like that while she's giving me head, and I was like this girl is wild, like, do you know what I mean? But the thing is, I was with a black girl in America who she tried to do the same kind of fingers going up the bum type shit too. You know what I'm saying? So, like, at the end of the day, I think there is the stereotype that white girls are more freaky, more willing to do nasty shit. But I think if you're beating a chick good enough, yeah, she's gonna want to do some freaky shit because she's gonna feel so free with you that she's gonna want to do all the little fantasies that she's got in her own head. You know what I'm saying? So that's my experience in it, and I didn't let the girl lick my bum because I just think that's very suspect. Yeah, and I didn't let no girl stick no fingers up inside me. That was weird and shit. Like, you know what I mean? That's some weird shit. But I will say one thing though, yeah. This kind of goes against it. One of the black girls I was going out with in America, she wanted me to do her anal in it. She wanted me to do it up the bum in it. Yeah, and I'd never done it before. Like, and there's that stigma in America, in England, growing up, like you're gay if you bang your girl in the bum, innit? Like, you know what I mean? And like, I ain't gonna lie, I did it with her, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I kind of felt funny. I didn't really understand why guys are so on.
Did you say that while you fucking the booty? I don't understand why I'm doing this to you. I don't really understand. Hotep.
No, fam. Do you want to know why? Because first of all, it took like fucking 20 minutes to get it in there, blood.
Oh,
yeah.
My God.
Then after that, like she's all acting like, oh, I'm killing her, like I'm like, blood. You wanted to do this. I didn't want to do this. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you stop crying, innit? Like, so that just like, yeah, I'm not ever gonna want to do that again. Like, you know what I mean? And the thing is, yeah, I asked my ex if she would let me do it to her, yeah, and she said no. So that kind of turns that whole shit on its head. I think it just depends on you as a guy and the kind of girl you're with. Like, you know what I mean? Some girls are more reserved than others, innit? You know what I mean? But I don't know. There's a lot of like stereotypes, and there's a lot of people that will lie in it. There's a lot of girls that will lie and say, "Oh, I don't do that. I don't do that." When they're talking with their
Gary Grant, shout out to him. He said the same thing in the chat. He's right. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of girls will say, "Oh, I would never do that." Yeah, but when it's you and her, and you're banging her good, and she's orgasming, and she's the real freak is coming out, bruh. Most girls are up for anything, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? If you're fucking a girl shit, then obviously she's just gonna be like, "Oh yeah, just wrap it up, get it over with." You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's my take on that shit.
Okay, let me do this. Shout out again to all the brothers in here. Y'all must be coming back from the gospel concert in the park, because I'm seeing a lot more people in here. 243 people watching right now. Thanks. Let get you the likes. So let me go to my brother Marlon real quick. Let me ask you this: do you or have you experienced that sex is different with, let's say, non-black women than they are with black women? Is there a difference?
Well, I don't think so, to be honest. I don't think so. You know, do you have any specifics on that? Do you talk about sex in general?
In general, I noticed. Well, I'm gonna weigh in on this, but do you think there's a difference? Is it or non-black women more easy to have? Shout out to my brother, the real Aaron Collins, and all that money player. Okay, that's my brother. We're gonna have him on here. Aaron, if you want to come on tomorrow, man, we're gonna have Anthony Brian Logan on here tomorrow. You got to email me to get on that player. We're gonna have to get you in there. But shout out to my brother. Let me ask you this: when it comes to dating, let's say Asian women or white women, is it different sexually? Do you think, like, Are they more easy or are they more open to sex than, let's say, your average black woman?
I think two differences that I've seen. One, I think they're more affectionate. Yeah. So sometimes you might get a black girl and she just wants you to beat it up. You know what I'm saying? But whereas you might get like a white girl or Asian girl, whatever. But they're more like affectionate, passionate, love making type of thing, and they they want you to slow down a bit, and you know what I'm saying. That's my experience. The second is when they're not in the mood, they might be like, they're not in the mood, but they'll still sort of give it up just to please you. Whereas a lot of the the other girls is just like, that shit could turn into an argument. You know what I'm saying? That's the only difference that I've really seen. Like, I don't know. I really see no other difference.
Let me weigh in on it. I know I'm not in the Britain thing, but what you said is so true, man. There's been black chicks before that I have fucked them and not even kissed them.
Okay.
I remember one time I know I was that's when I had my S curl. Did y'all have S curls in back in the day? Did y'all have Jerry curls back there?
We call it sporting waves. Yeah, I had my sporting waves.
Yeah, I was looking good and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And I know I was fucking the dog shit out this motherfucker. I mean, I was on, because some days when you fucking is better than others. I mean, I think every man can admit that.
Yeah.
Some days you come through with that 55% hard dick and you still do it anyway. Y'all niggas know what I'm talking about.
That half-hearted dick.
Yeah, I done told sometime I'm like, you still screaming after this? Boy, it start off half hard and all that screaming, boy, she wake you up. But anyway, that's another story. Hotep. I was fucking I know I was fucking her like her ancestors had to feel this shit. And I was that mattress nigga, this was like one of them like Buster Douglas against Tyson fights where everything you do is going right. I'm like, yeah, let me just go ahead and get this bitch a kiss on the lips. She's like, oh. I tried to kiss that girl. Don't you kiss me. Don't kiss me. I'm like, damn. Don't kiss me.
I never experienced that fight. That's good.
It's doing my breath stink, bitch. But I mean, it's just, again, it's, and this has happened to me, man. Like, I would say at least two different occasions, and where I think definitely black women are definitely less affectionate. I will say this: fucking black women is a lot different than fucking anybody else, because the way black women fuck, can't nobody fuck like them. I don't give a fuck who you listen. All of that booty sex and twerking and all that bouncing all on your shit, and can't nobody do it like them, man. They will fuck your head up. This is the reason why niggas go crazy and in jail right now, because when these women decided they're gonna fuck you, that's it. You get hooked on black pussy, that's it. It's hard to kick that. You know how many niggas, I don't know how it is in London, but you know how many niggas, man, will make millions of dollars and shit. Them niggas is on them Instagram, flying them Instagram hoes out for a reason. Them bitches can fuck. Somebody said I disagree with O'Shea on that, man. These white girls ain't fucking like these black girls, man. These black, I mean, no white girl for the most part is gonna tell you harder, faster, deeper. Like, goddamn, bitch, I ain't got no more dick. What the fuck you talking about? You know what I mean? When these bitches get into it, they want to. It doesn't like it. I can say that. I mean, like, don't nobody send random booty pics like black women. I mean, I've dated white girls before. They ain't really sending just like no random. They don't even think about shit like that, But black chicks, when they fuck, it's different. It's a whole different experience. This is the only reason why I think black men even deal with black women and put up a lot of their shit, because they can fuck so good. That's just what I mean. That's what keeps niggas there. They can fuck their ass off. If they can't do nothing else, for the most part, that's debatable. When it comes to fucking, can't nobody fuck like them.
Would you say that you think that black girls they take more pride in being able to fuck good, like, you know, because obviously black girls, you know, are very sexualized, whatever, you know, with the twerking, like stereotypically black girls twerking, blah blah blah. So, like, obviously, do you think they take pride in that?
I think they do, man. I think just like how African and black people, they just normally can. I don't know why, man. They just can normally. You go to any black country, almost certainly they're gonna all be able to dance. Not all the way that black people dance all around the world are going to be much different than white people for whatever reason. Women, when they dance, is always black women when they dance. Remember, the warrior is very sexual. Like, for example, here in Poland or in Europe, you go to the club. I've never been to a club in London, but the white girls ain't gonna be grinding on you like that. It's a big difference. It's like in clubs in Poland, like girls ain't dancing up on you. Anywhere you go where black chicks at, that's the first thing they do is gonna put that ass on your dick all the time. It's normal. You go to Black America and you go to the club in Atlanta, nigga, Leroy's Chicken and Grit Shack. That's the first thing they're gonna do is if you start dancing with them on the floor, that ass is gonna be. They don't even have to know you. Let's dance. They're gonna put that ass on your dick. That's the first thing they're gonna do. Ain't gonna be no dancing. It's gonna be very sexual. Don't you go to Jamaica? Them motherfuckers be all on the concrete, play fucking and shit. You go to Uganda, South Africa. That's the first thing they're gonna do. I think they're more prone to dancing good, and then usually when motherfuckers, females that can typically dance, they gonna fuck your brains out. There's a core. I think it's genetic, man. The way black women dance and have sex is different than anybody else. It's like night and day. Nobody else dance like them, and nobody else fuck like them.
There are. I think there are some white girls.
Go ahead.
I think there are some white girls that do try though. They do try. There are white girls that do try to do the whole grinding and shit. Like sometimes it looks funny in it, like, but they can't really. It just doesn't look. I don't know. It's just not them in it. Like it's not really them. Like
you know what's funny? When he was talking about like a white chick grinding on someone, yeah. The funniest thing I've ever like experienced with a white chick grinding on me is when she's drunk.
Oh my god!
When she's drunk in a nightclub grinding on someone, that shit just cracks the hell out of me. Like this happened to me a couple of times because I used to go clubbing in Croydon, you know, and you know I used to go with a bunch of friends, and you know there was some chicks who were just drunk, and like they'll see me like dancing or whatever, cutting shapes and whatever, and basically she'll be grinding on me, and like when she's just drunk, it's just so hilarious to see because. Like you were saying, like in Poland, like you were saying, O'Shea, is you were saying that the women in like nightclubs there don't like grind like that, and that's the same thing. Yeah, so that's kind of like the same thing here in Britain. But the thing is that experience I'm talking about there was probably when I was in my teen years because I actually quit clubbing around 21, 22, I think. So that was like 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. But the thing is regarding that, I don't think it's any difference here than in the UK. Because when you're saying about how, you know, black women be dancing and grinding on random guys, it's just, all you got to do is just go to Notting Hill Carnival.
And I heard about that. I heard that should be slapping.
For real.
Yeah. All you got to do is go Notting Hill Carnival. I guarantee you, if you dancing good and you looking on point, some chick gonna grind on your dick. Period. All right,
man. I forgot about that, man. It's just next month.
Yeah, like
it is. I might come through. Hotep
in August, but
Hotep. I might come through there. Hotep.
I'm not actually going, but yeah, but the
what
thing is,
what day is it? Let me know. What day is it?
It's like 20-something of August.
Hotep. I'm definitely gonna be in that motherfucker for real.
Third week in August.
Tricking nigga live in the street.
Yeah, definitely. So you know these black chicks would be going crazy. Like they would even be grinding on policemen. I ain't even lying.
Yeah. Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, yeah. Police are always dancing there, shit, brother.
Yeah, the white police officers.
Yeah, white police officers.
And dude, they be shocked. I noticed this when I was in Africa. I mean to cut you off. When I was in Africa, when them black women start dancing on them white dudes like that. And putting their big old juicy or nice asses on these white dudes' dicks, they ain't never gonna be the same.
But yeah, like
they ain't gonna be the same. Them Asian dudes too. Them Asian dudes and white dudes ain't moving to Africa just for business. Them motherfuckers out there fucking too.
But
yeah, baby, I'm going to Uganda for 6 years. I'll be back. No, shit.
Yeah, like
and when them black women start doing all that to you, I mean, it fuck with your mind, man. It fuck with your mind so much. You have all these dudes on black YouTube talking shit about black women, man. They won't fuck with nobody else. And that's the thing I want to talk about real quick. Guys, thank you for the support. Get the likes up. I want to know. Let me start with my brother, Falcon Black. Is there a difference between dating white women? Okay, because I know, like, you know, the UK. Shout out to Brexit, right? Hotep. Is there a difference between dating homegrown British white women, or let's say white women from, like, you know, Scandinavia or you know, Germany? I don't know if there are Germans living in the UK. I'm not sure, but is there a difference?
I mean, yeah. When I was growing up, you know, when I guess entered my early 20s, man, it was like, with the way things are here, I'm not sure if it was feminism or just how British women tend to be. It's like I couldn't imagine really being in relationships with white British women. I think the difference is that it could be the feminism, but there's just like an air of masculinity in both black and white women in the West, in my opinion, compared to a place like Sweden, Norway, Iceland, where it seems like, you know, they still keep that feminine kind of traditional roles. You know, they're not ashamed to kind of be soft spoken and kind of dainty, you know. So it's the difference is, for example, my experiences with other European white women, you know, they'll be very open to pay for dates, for example. Like this Italian woman I saw, I kind of went out with back in the day. Like, she was eager to pay for everything, you know, initial coffee or food or whatever. You know, she just, you know, I took that as she appreciated my time. Whereas you won't really get that with British women, regardless. They feel, you know, they have that entitlement, you know, and that's the difference between UK and the you know, Western Europe and the rest of Europe. You know, I could imagine that's the same for Polish, because, you know, I know a few Polish women, a few other Eastern European women, and they come with a different attitude. And that's that feminine, kind of graceful, you know, kind of I know my place type of role, you know, regardless of how solid that is. You know, British women just seem to be a bit more abrasive, you know, a bit more kind of masculine, a bit more entitled, you know. So I've always, you know, I can never entertain the thought of being with a British person because of that, you know. And I mean, I was seeing, for example, a Eritrean back in the day as well, an Eritrean from another country in Europe. And, you know, when you compare that to the Eritrean, you know, Ethiopian, Eritrean type of people here, you can see there's a stark difference. You know, again, there's that bitch face, there's that attitude that, you know, I feel is homegrown, you know, that you don't really experience from other parts of Europe, at least, you know. So that's my experience.
Okay, yeah. We'll also talk about dating Eastern Africans. I know there's a, you know, Lamar talked about that. Let me go to King Riches, and guys, thank you. Let me say, it's good to see all you brothers in here, man. For real, shout out to you, brothers. Get the likes up over here, players. King Riches, man, have you noticed, you know, differences between dating? I know there's a good amount of Romanian immigrants there, a lot of Polish people in the UK now. Is there a difference between dating these Eastern European women? And let me ask you also, are these women, do you feel, to be more attractive than your typical British white women also?
Well, I've only seriously dated a white English girl, like as in like a non-black chick. But I did just before I started dating her, I was messing with this Polish chick, right? And I have to admit, like, boom, like she was on it. Like, do you know what I mean? She was on me hard, like, you know what I mean? And the first time I beat her, like, she bought the alcohol, she did everything. Like, do you know what I mean? I didn't have to do nothing but turn up. Like, I felt like the bitch in the situation. Like, you know what I mean? Like I just, you know what I mean? I just had to turn up. Like, that was it. You know what I mean? So like I co-sign what Falcon Black said. In my limited experience with Eastern European white women, yeah, shit, I didn't need to do much. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
With my white chick, with this English chick, I guess I have to agree with him again because, as I said, she wanted me to basically be the breadwinner, look after her, pay for everything. You know what I mean? And then she can just be a princess, and then she's working too, but her money's for her, and my money's for her too. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's one of the reasons why me and her broke up as well, because I wasn't willing. I wasn't willing to do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, she probably wanted a guy that's like her dad, who, you know, is willing to, you know, look after all the women in the family like they're his kids. I'm not gonna fucking do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that was that. So yeah, I guess my situation would co-sign what Falcon was saying about that. But yeah, man, like the Eastern European chick, yeah, she was sexy. She was a gym chick. Like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, we saw each other in the gym. She looked unapproachable at first. Like, she looked very unapproachable, but then obviously, like, she saw me a few times, and I dropped a couple bars and that, you know what I mean? And then that was it, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Started working out together. Then next thing, do you want to come over? Yeah, like, we can have some drinks, blah, blah, blah. And that was it, blood. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this, Rich. I forgot my brother MGTOW Savior. Let's talk about approach. I start again with you, King Rich. Is like, is it easier? Is it more difficult to approach white women as a black guy in the UK, or is it easier to approach white women? Is it harder to approach white women? Who's more receptive in your case?
Oh yes, I love this one. Yeah. Okay. So basically,
I'm the king of the questions, player. Is what I do for a living, player.
Yes, obviously, bro. Like, listen, yeah. Like, for me personally, yeah, I have no problem getting black girls ever. I've never had problem getting black girls, like different types, like different, you know, background, whether it's Caribbean, African, you know, black, British, African American. I've never had a problem with getting black girls. Like, yeah, they have attitude, blah blah blah, but I seem to always get past that shit. Like, you know what I mean? So my experience is mostly dating them. You know what I mean? With white girls, I kind of, because my experience with white girls is so limited, it's that sometimes I'm not really sure how to go about it unless they're giving me obvious choosing signals. You know what I mean? Like, most times, if a white girl likes you, she's going to let you know that she likes you. It's going to be very obvious. Do you know what I mean? She's going to look at you. She's going to smile at you. You know what I mean? She might wink at you or something. Like, it's just a thing of if she likes you, bro, all you need to do is be able to string a sentence together because she's already chosen you, blood.
Right.
You know what I mean? As long as you don't say nothing stupid or say like, oh, hotep every minute.
Yo, Soul TV 84 got me saying that shit. I can't kick the habit, bro.
Yeah, I noticed you've been dropping that too much, bro. Like, you get me? But yeah, like, no, on the real one though, like, I think with white girls, it is easier. It is. On the real one though, yeah. On the real one though, I think with white girls it is easier because they are more like easy going, and if they like you, they like you. With a black girl, even if she likes you, she'll give you the number, but then she'll kind of still want you to have the, you know, quote unquote game. Do you know what I mean? You've got to say everything, especially if she's an attractive one with options. She's gonna expect you to, you know, say everything right, be smooth. You know what I mean? Like, whereas with my ex-white girlfriend, like, I didn't have to be smooth. I was just being me. I didn't really have to, like, you know, on point all the time. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's just what I got to say on that.
Okay, no, those are some great points. And let me go to my brother Falcon Black and MGTOW. As far as approaching, you know, let's say white women in the UK or London, or, you know, let's say all things being equal, black women in the UK, what has been your experience? What is easier? Things like that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with King Richards. I think, and also Senator touched on this. Generally speaking, from my experience, yeah, it's just far easier to approach. You know, they generally make it easier for you to approach. You know, they don't have to initiate any contact. You know, we guys don't really, we don't need that. But at the very least, you know, don't put on a bitch face. You know, don't, you know, act in a way like you don't really want to be contacted, but yet deep down you do. You know, that's the difference. So, I mean, there's just a lot of defense around, you know, your stereotypical black women. There's this defensive posture that just turns me off. You know, it turns you off. You know, this, and there's someone in the chat who's complaining and saying, "Oh, black women need to be need to be guided, need strong men," for example. But you know, that's a fallacy, man, because from the UK to the US, it's the same experience. We're talking about the same thing. You know, so how can someone keep, you know, with that rhetoric that, oh, we are just some sort of beta or some, you know, we don't apply ourselves, you know, like the woman was saying in your stream yesterday. You know what I mean? It's just like a played out tune. You know, if you want to be approached, you need to be receptive. You need to act like a woman. That's what a woman is. A woman is receptive. You can't be, you know, what sort of simp will approach a woman with a screwed face or who's ready to basically, you know, verbally attack you, and you're supposed to bypass all of that just to get to her. No woman is worth all of that trouble, in my opinion. You know, so for me, yeah, it's been, you know, it's been a case when I date white women, it's usually just the luck of the draw, and that is the draw is she was more receptive. You know, I've always been open to preference, and ideally, especially after my former relationship, you know, when I was looking towards relationships, you know, I was thinking, yes, I definitely now know that I need just a black woman. You know, my goal was set on, even if I need to, you know, fucking travel to Africa and kind of live with the locals for a bit to find something, that was what I was set on, you know, because, you know, that's what I feel with that whole, you know, understanding and cultural difference. That's what I feel works. But again, you know, we can't do that. You know, men who want that can't do that if the initial response is a negative one from the woman. You know, it's, you know, I have too much dignity to be doing that. You know, I feel too old to be, you know, jumping over hoops just to, you know, for that. It's not worth it, in my opinion. And of course, that's my MGTOW opinion. But I mean, yeah, I mean, so generally speaking, the difference was, you know, white women were more receptive. You know, it could be in a case where black women are more attractive, you know, and I really want to approach the black woman, but her attitude is just foul. And now 5-10 years down the line, it's possibly that same black woman complaining, you know, when they see, you know, black men with white women, you know, after 5 years, you know what I mean? At that time, you were acting like a bitch, and you were playing around, man. You were playing the stereotype, you know? So yeah, that's my sort of difference. That's my.
Can I add something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go ahead. Let me wait before you. Let me just shout out the people out real quick. Shout out to my brother Kate Jonesy with the $2.99 super chat. My brother out the Bay Area. Appreciate you, real quick, brother. My brother's a Travelers, man. $5. He just came back from Colombia. He hit me up on a WhatsApp. Me and the brother are supposed to do a show. I got to do a show with Aaron. He just came back from DR. So me and brother the Travelers, we will hit you guys with a show before the end of the month, talking about his experience to Colombia. All right, shout out to the brother. Go ahead. Was that King Richards?
Yeah. Like just to add quickly, yeah, because like I listened to that stream you like O'Shea did with that woman the other day, yeah. And I have to say as well, like the first thing that got in my mind was that she kept talking about, oh, black guys need to be like, I don't know, strong or be taking charge, and I was like, you're chatting shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, because at the end of the day, you're going on like black chicks are just ready to take orders, blood. That's not true, blood. That's not true. A lot of times, like, black chicks are, you know, as we all know, argumentative. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a simple thing of, oh yeah, where should we go tonight? And she's like, yeah, just agreeing with anything you say. No, you don't. That's not true, blood. Do you know what I mean? So I just felt like, the whole fallacy of black guys need to be sure. A lot of black guys are going with white girls and non-black women because the non-black women are actually, they are actually submissive. Do you know what I mean? They are taking, orders to a certain degree. You know what I mean? And the men are being allowed to take charge. So the whole thing of black guys, they need to be leaders and they're not being leaders. That's not true.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that was all. That's just a little bit I wanted to add in there.
Yeah, I can add something to that as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, they do say that. Oh yeah, guys need to be strong. He needs to lead. But from what I've seen, a lot of black girls don't give guys the time to find out whether they're strong or not. Do you understand? They judge you so quick. They don't get to know the real you to know whether you're strong or not. Do you understand? So, I've never understood that, to tell you the honest truth. But in regards to approaching the white women and black women, I think white women are easier, just off the fact that sometimes you could be yourself. But with what I find with black women is when I approach them, I don't know whether to approach them on a road tip or on just a normal tip. You see what I'm saying? I don't know whether to. How am I going to talk to this one? Like, what does she look like? Does she look road? Does she look normal? Do you understand? Because sometimes, for example, I met a chick. What is it? It was 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Now, it was through work. Do you understand? So I was talking to her normal, but then she started talking like gangster, like all these like slang and shit. So I'm like, oh shit, I totally misjudged this one. You know what I'm saying? It happens, brother. It happens. But once you start, you can't go back. You can't go back now, and you know what I mean. It's so that's the problem I have sometimes. But apart from that, I don't know. I just think white women are a bit more easier. Not too much, but a bit.
Because they act more happy, bro. That's why.
Yeah. You could just vibe with them, conversate with them. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. It's just, yeah. But with the black one, it's like you're on your P's and Q's in a way. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes you just have to watch what you say. You know what I mean? She's more quick to just say, you know what? She'll be vibing with you. You say one thing and she'll just get turned off instant, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, wow. Like that's what I've seen anyway.
Okay. Let me do before we go to let me see, Senator Truth. Guys, let me see what we got here in the chat. 262 people. I want to thank everybody. Now, for some of the brothers like that are new, you want to support the stream. You can do so by supporting on the super chat if you want to ask a question. This is an all black show, all black podcast, right? I can always get new people involved. So you can super chat as low as $1. I think if you want to ask a question, something like that, or participate in the stream, thank you, brothers who have supported or on the stream on the super chat. If you can't do, I see my brother VEJ all the time. He's supporting 48. I see Omega Dreads always supporting. If you can't support, that's cool. Like the video though, right? Get the likes up on the video. At least contribute that. And I do thank you guys for being in here today. Let me go to Senator Truth. I had something written down real quick. Damn, I know I can write. What the hell going on here? Shit, I hate when I have my stuff together, man, and not be fucking it up. Oh, well, I guess let me do this real quick. What VEJ? I always support. Thank you, brother, for the 12 Canadian. I always do is like almost every day now. Shout out to you, brother. Let me ask you this real quick. Senator Truth, anything that you want to say basically about what any of the other guys said?
Like the thing is like I said, like I was almost killed because I rejected a black woman, right? And I could if you want me to break down exactly what happened. I've got no problem breaking that down.
Go ahead. I want to hear about you getting killed. I mean, almost getting killed. Yeah, shit.
All right, so basically what it was, right, was there was this black kid, this Aunt Jemima looking motherfucker, right? Now, what was going on was she clocked, like, because it was like a road, like I was not in a road, but it was like a residential area. All right, and I had like this certain respite. It's like a respite. It's like for like people with learning disabilities and stuff. And I made a really good friend We still talk from now and then. Basically, there was this black chick that basically I was interested in this white chick, right? But back then, that white chick didn't like me and all that craziness, right? And obviously, I was blue pill and I didn't know what was up. I wasn't aware. I was young and all that good stuff, right? So this black chick came towards me and like because I was hanging around. She knew me for a while, right? And there was other like not kids but like teenagers about. We used to play street games like curbs and street football and all kinds of stuff, right? So what happened was after a while she like kind of like approached me in it, and basically she had like her other black female friends around her, and I was basically peacocking like a motherfucker, basically sprinting across the street for no reason. Basically I don't know what the hell I was doing, right? And basically she approached me, like she saw the other chicks like seeing this, like she was saying, oh, that black dude's fast, right? And all this bullshit. And basically the Aunt Jemima chick basically came towards me and basically said, she was basically trying to show interest in me. So what happened was she turned around and basically I turned around and said, I'm not interested. I literally was being very respectful. Now here's how I almost got killed. Now there was this dude, right? There was like these Pookie and Rayway UK equivalent guys, right? They were both
UK edition.
Basically black. They were fast and they looked like flipping lampposts, right? So basically she turned around and basically went over to them. I wasn't aware of this situation, and basically turned around and basically said that apparently I said I wanted to basically fuck one of those guys like chicks, right? On the road. So basically what happened was the dude came up to me and he was basically saying, did you say that you wanted to fuck my bud, basically? And I basically said no, I was denying it, right? And next thing you know, I see a shank come up.
All
right? Now, what happened was the Aunt Jemima looking chick, right, came out and basically said, no. He didn't say, I'm joking. So basically, if she didn't come out and see this, I would have been stabbed. All right, it would have been game over for me. It was a big knife. All right. So basically, after a while, what happened was after that happened, I had to call my brother, and basically shit came down. He came with a spanner and all kinds of shit, right? It was basically like watching the rush hour. All right. So he had this Asian friend, right? And basically you had this big black guy who's basically my brother, and he looked like basically Chris Tucker on steroids. So basically what happened was he came out with a spanner, all kinds of stuff was basically happening, and I basically ran inside my friend's house, and I couldn't sleep that night. I actually had to go into therapy. I actually had like post-traumatic disorder at one point because I was actually going through my head about how I was actually I actually was thinking, is this the last day of my life, basically? Mm-hmm. Right? And what happened was, obviously I kept on code and I didn't snitch on the dude, right? Because it is what it is. And really, it came to a point where I actually started. That's when I said that. When I said that I was a coconut back then. All right. So I hated my race even more. And what happened was I came to a point where I started rejecting black women left, right, and center. I didn't care if they were nice or there was like really badass looking black chicks that were coming after me, like really liked me and all this shit. And I was just, I ain't gonna lie to you, it may sound like I was a whip. I was absolutely frightened and petrified because of that one incident that happened. So that's the reason why I only had one black relationship with a black chick. That was the only first one because I was avoiding these chicks for a long ass time until I had to go through basically therapy. I had to deal with a whole bunch of stuff. So like I still remember it as clear as day to that day because of this. And you know, I heard stories about people getting set up, like, you know, you talk about the setup chicks and all this stuff, right? There was a time where I just kept myself to myself and I started dealing with chicks on like non-black chicks, and I didn't have those type of problems with them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to stereotype and say, oh, there ain't no good black chicks out there. Yeah, of course there's good black chicks out there.
Mm-hmm.
But it came to a point where I realized something with these black chicks when I started going back with them. I realized I got more out of them outside of the relationship than inside the relationship. All right. And what I mean by this is, say, for example, I turned her, like, for example, if I was dealing with a chick, right, and she was it's weird. It's like it's backwards with them, right? With some of them, right? Is if I didn't commit to this chick, she will start cooking. Every time I go to a yard, we fucking or whatever. But if I get in a relationship, there's a whole bunch of different games. It's like I'm jumping out of hoops and ever. So what I realized with some of the black chicks in the UK was that I got more out of them outside a relationship than in it. But that's just really my experience. That's really why, like, I only really dealt with one black chick, and all the other chicks were either white or basically chicks from different countries. So that's just something I just want to share there. Wow, there's a whole bunch of silence.
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, hold up,
Can you hear
y'all.
me?
I gotta go get my food, so y'all just
Hello, can you hear
hold
me?
it down.
Yeah, but one thing I want to say though is obviously
Yeah.
we've been talking about black girls and black chicks and shit like that. But
Yeah,
one thing I just want to put on the table right now is,
yeah,
you know, for anyone who's listening, don't think I'm going in on them like that. You know, I do prefer black women. You know, I love black women.
same.
Yeah, I mean, I come from black women. Do you understand? Or a black woman. But you know, that's my preference. There, you know, there is a disease within our community. Yeah, black men have it and black women have it. We just display it in different ways. You know what I mean? The symptoms are displayed in different ways. You know what I mean? If it weren't for those symptoms, I think we would come together and gel together much easier. Do you understand? And you know, I think we both should work on ourselves. You know, black women and black men should work on ourselves to bring about that unity. Because, bruv, it's like, in a way, like, obviously we're just narrating the things that we're going through and the things that we see in our communities. But overall, bruv, you know, it's a madness that we even have to talk about this, especially on a public forum. You know what I'm saying? And you know, one of the reasons why I agree that we should talk about it is so other people can learn from it, i.e., younger people, you know, younger black girls, younger black guys, and they could grow up a bit better. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's a shame that we have to go in on each other like this because, bruv, YouTube, yeah, is full of it, bruv. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
YouTube is full of it, bruv. Like, I think, like, personally, I think some of it's disgusting. I saw a video the other day. So I don't even know the guy's name. He you know, don't quote me on this, but something to the effect of, black women choose to become baby mothers, white women become baby, or something like that. Bro, I just shook my head, bro. I was like, bro, that's, you know what? I couldn't even leave a comment. I just had to shut the video down because that the day, bro. You have to remember, yeah. Like, I'm not trying to simp or anything, but bro, they're like, black women are our women. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So if there's anyone who's going to tame them, yeah, if indeed they need taming, it's going to be us, and it should be us. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to think of it like this, bro. If this whole YouTube beef, for example, and the street beef that's going on between black men and black women, yeah, I know it ain't to a big degree, but if it got to a point where it really, really, really affected us, you have to question yourself, bro. What's the future of the black race, bro? You know what I'm saying?
That's it, bro. That's it.
You can't get black children without a black man and a black woman, bro. So
Exactly.
all this bullshit, yeah, like it needs to stop in a way, bro. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
And you know, my children are black. You understand? Like, all my children, they come from one woman. She's a black woman. She may be African, but she's black. You know what I mean? She's black.
Can I add something?
At the day, Sorry,
Yeah, go,
let
bro.
me just say one thing quickly. Like my history, just like with the brothers who are listening in the Americas, my history is a slave history. Do you understand? Now, at the end of the day, my people, they came through a lot of shit. You feel what I'm saying? And we're still here. I'm not about to go give my seed, yeah, and put in the vessel of something else. You feel what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I feel my people are like a distinct people. The people or the slaves, the descendants of the slaves in the Americas. You know what I'm saying? We may be fucked up and dysfunctional, but at the end of the day, bruv, it's like someone was saying the other day, like we could become an endangered species. I don't believe we are, but it could happen. You know what I'm saying? And this is just one of the avenues in which could that could take us to that point. You know what I'm saying?
Can I jump in real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
One thing, if you notice, yeah, like you're saying that I think black people could become endangered, bro. I think that can and it definitely can happen, bro. Because if you notice, yeah, just the fact that we have to have this conversation just goes to show how big the issue is. Do you know what I mean? In this area, obviously, I'm not in London, yeah, but obviously in London also, I see a lot of black boys. A lot of black boys are going with non-black girls. A lot, young, like is like this is the thing to do now. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's normal now.
It's not even not even that it's normal, not even that it's accepted. Now it's the thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
The in thing.
Yeah. So it's a thing of, and if you notice, I was on JD Sports website, right? You know, JD Sports is a sports shop like Foot Locker, right? I was on the website. If you notice, if you look on the JD Sports website, right, all the like people, you know, the models on there that are not white, they're mixed race.
They're mixed race. Yeah, they do that, bro. Have you noticed that?
If you notice, mixed race is becoming the new black.
Bruv, let me tell you something, yeah? Every single, whether it's a magazine or catalog or whatever, yeah? You know what they do? The girls are always like a mixed race or a brown with the frizzy hair, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what's there, bro? That's just to tick the box and say, yeah, we put some ethnics in there or we put some blacks in there. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? You know what? This has happened before. You know, I'm into my history, and North Africa, perfect example of this. You know, because right now, yeah, it's a common misbelief that black people were only limited to quote unquote sub-Sahara. So as if black people for the whole breadth of Africa. You know, when you look at culture and art, when you look at Morocco, when you look at Libyans, there's a lot of obvious black African input. But you know, with the invasions of like Rome and Greece and Arabs, you know, you can see now in the pop where, even though, you know, these people stand, most Moroccans I've met, they kind of know that they're mixed. If you put Barack Obama in Morocco, he will fit in perfectly. But at the same time, they stereotypically hate or dislike black people. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So most of the black people I know from that region, they are shunned. You know, they are, you know, typically not given the better jobs. You know, like there's a like this is happened before, is what I'm saying. When you look at dudes, you know, they want to be more Arab. You know what I mean? They're more pro-Arab than African.
It's universal, bro. It's universal. It's universal. You know what I'm saying? But one thing. Sorry, bro. So just quickly say this. One thing I do want to say about the black women, though, yeah, is you know, they have their issues with their attitude and, you know, their anger and shit like that. But one thing I will say, brother, is I'm not making an excuse for them, and I'm not simping for them. But at the same time, we're all humans, yeah. We're all biological beings. You understand? And what one person is susceptible to, another person is susceptible to. You know what I'm saying? So, bruv, like, I see these black girls with their pushchairs and prams with like 4 or 5 different kids and shit getting on the bus, and bruv, you have to think about psychologically, bro. How the fuck does she feel, bro? She must be effed in her head, bro. You know what I mean? So in a way, I could sort of understand where, you know, why they act the way they act. You know what I'm saying? And how like guys always wanna, sex them and shit and just run. Now, obviously, she has a part to play in that. Don't get me wrong. She willingly accepts that role. You know what I'm saying? But for someone to live their life like that, bruv, how damaged can they be? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying go out there and fix them, but at the end of the day, you should try and get inside the soul of someone else and try to feel a bit of empathy at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying go out and fix them, wifey them. No, you made your mistake, you lay in your bed. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't think when we do go in on them, a lot of guys on YouTube, they put their soul and their spirit into it, bro. Like, these black women, these black this. Like, bro, black women are not these, bro.
That's getting played out, in my opinion, man. That shit is played out. That's like, I was when I first started making video, I was kind of feeling myself going down that road, and I was like, nah, like, do you know, like now when I talk about women, I talk in general because all women do fuckery. So I'm not gonna say, oh, black women. No, all women.
All women are like that, man.
So that's that.
Obviously, like, because it's our community, we have a right to talk about it a bit more, so we can say the odd things here and there. But, bruv, some guys, they just go in, bruv, and
it's one-sided. It's not fair. It's like they're going like the grass is green on the other side. No, plenty of men are getting fucked for that. Yeah. Plenty of men cannot get good-looking non-black women. Let's keep it 100. Just like how all these swirlers talk about, oh yeah, white men love them. No, they don't fucking love them. They don't love them, bro. That's a lie. Do you know what I mean? But I'm saying it's the same for us men, really. The thing is, a lot of black guys are falling for the trap of what they're telling you in social media, in TV. The average, no, not on average, bro. It's not true, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then one last point I wanted to say, the product, it goes back to, like, us becoming an endangered species. It could happen in like what 100 years or something like that, like that.
You're right.
Like, what I'm saying, what I wanted to say is that, like, boom, mixed race is becoming the new black, especially in America as well, because it's like, it's like black women and black men really don't like each other, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's mad. And the thing is, what I notice, especially being in this area where I live now, when you get these mixed race boys and girls that grow up, if they don't live in the hood, they go to white culture, bruv. Automatically, they go to white culture. Especially the mixed race girls, they go to white boys, bruv. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as they go and have a kid with those white people, their kids might as well be white, bruv. That's it. Because I don't see mixed race people as black. They're mixed race. That's it. It's not a bad thing. I'm not saying like they can't relate to black people to a certain degree, but I'm saying they're not black, so they're half. So if they go off, if the majority of them go off with white people, their kids are not even. There's no point even classing them as black, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Go on.
No. I was just saying you're right, but you know what? Sorry, let me say one more thing and then I'll just kick back for a bit, yeah? Because I don't want to forget. Some of these white guys, bro, they love it as well, bro, because I was checking, my dad, he comes from a place called St. Thomas in Jamaica, yeah? I was reading about the history, and you know what? There was a slave master, bro, yeah? My man, you could check this out online. You know what my man said? He wants to breed as much black women as he can, bro, so he could, like, change up the race. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said with his own mouth, bro. He said these people are obscene to the eyes, bro. He wants to change them up. My man breeded better than, bro. But, boy, what can I say? But anyway, you don't have your say, bro. Let me kick back for a bit.
Yeah, like, you know how, you're talking about, how, like, black men are going in on black women and all this stuff, right? But, here's kind of the hypocrisy I see about this, right? Is, how these same black men, right, will be going off to the DR to go and basically say, oh, they're saying, oh, there's no quality black women out here, right? And then they go off to the DR, How come I ain't seeing none of these dudes coming back from the DR wifing these chicks? That's what I want to know. All they are is going over there. Huh? Go on.
No, I said they're going for the pussoir, bro. That's it.
Yeah, I hear that. But the thing is like, in a way, that's kind of hypocritical because they're saying, "Oh, I want to have a family, you know, I want to have kids and all this shit." It's a whole bunch of them, right, saying this, right? And then they go off to the DR, and they ain't bringing back, you know, half of like they ain't bringing back wife and these chicks, or sometimes they just impregnate these chicks because the laws are so slack towards women. They just end up them having a kid there and like just bouncing, you know, because I know people. I have personally spoke to people from the Dominican Republic talking about these things because of like the sex tourism there. Apparently, that's the new hotspot via something like a fighting game. I don't know if you guys heard Street Fighter 5. They have they basically have a fighting games community down there in Dominican Republic, right? And I kind of like said, let's talk about Dominican Republic instead of the actual fighting games. And they were saying, you know, there's a whole bunch of black men going down there impregnating their women and just bouncing because the laws ain't as slack and they're just going around, fucking around, having parties and all this dumb shit. And they ain't actually wifing up these girls, even though they claim that these girls in Dominican Republic are of higher quality. You know what I'm saying? So when I really look at it, sometimes it's also to do with the black race. It's not just the black women, it's also to do with the black men in regards of, you know, how King Richards was basically saying about how, you know, he could see that the black race could be not extinct, but decreased a lot in 100 years. It's because black men just don't want to commit like that. Like, but there's actually women out there that they're traveling and actually can be wifey material, but they just don't want to do it.
Boy, it's mad, bruv. I think, to tell you the truth, I do think a lot more of the blame is on the women.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, you're right, bruv. And you know, I don't know, bruv. I just don't like the way things are going.
Neither do I.
I mean, I'm uploading a video right now which kind of talks on that as well, and the whole, you know, sort of pump and dump culture. Because, you know, Ringo TV Raw, Black Male Advice TV, he made a good point.
He's a realist.
He made a good point that, you know, if we're promoting pump and dump, then how can we end up complaining about, you know, the quote unquote black woman is a whore or this or that? You know what I mean? Like, we need to take some responsibility too, you know, and even me, you know, as a quote unquote MGTOW, you know, that's where I'm coming out. That's my avenue as well, to be, you know, have some level of self-reflection, because we can't just keep saying, oh, women are this, women are that. We should understand women nature by now, female nature. You know, we're kind of red-pilled enough to kind of know still.
I've got this one gripe, with like, especially like these black male YouTubers that, you know, maybe you got a white woman or a Hispanic woman, whatever. You need to not go in on black women. If you've gone down that road, good for you, innit? You know what I mean? But don't be, you know, sleeping with your non-black women and then talking shit about black women. Nah, bro, that's false in my opinion. Like you're fucking it up, bro. Like, you know what I mean? If you're gonna talk about women in general, bro. Because to me, if you got a white woman at home, boom, 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 you tell everyone, oh, my white woman's perfect, get you a white woman, black women are shit, bro. Like you're basically a self-hater, in my opinion, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just the way I see it, innit? I don't co-sign that at all. If you're talking about women in a general sense, then yeah, I can rock with that because it's true. You know what I'm saying? But
it's, why is it? Why is it? For example, that they say, oh, get you a white woman. Why do they never say, oh, get you an African woman or get you a Caribbean woman? Why is the jump straight to white women? Because, bro, I'm seeing these African chicks. Sorry, someone saying something?
I said they want man to jump to the polar opposite to create a mixed race utopia.
Yeah, bro, like, there's a big pool. There's a big pool of black women. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, bro. If you want to find something, you will find it, bro. You might have to put in a bit more work, but at the end of the day, bro, you know, I feel much more content, like sitting down, playing with the wifey's hair, whether it's nappy or not. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, some black chicks, but I dealt with like some African chicks. Some of them don't have that hair, but even though my wife's from Somalia, she has nappy hair. You know what I'm saying? All Somali chicks don't have straight hair. I was putting that out now. I will sit down, play with that shit, comb it. You know what I'm saying? Because, bruv, like, that is me, bruv. That is my essence. That is my DNA, bruv. That is, you know what I mean? That is my innate self. You know what I mean? So, bruv, I don't know, bro. To tell you the truth, I don't know how to fix the situation. You know what I'm saying? But, bruv, it seems like for some reason our culture is more susceptible to it than everyone else. It's like there's more
getting diluted
than anyone else. Yeah, bruv. It's mad. It's mad, bruv. So, we're saying that, white chicks are easier, white. But just because something's easier, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's better. If you see it, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me just shout out a few people real quick. Thank you for holding down while I was on Taboo TV. I have so much to say, but I'm enjoying. Shout out to my brother Taboo TV who's on here the other day. Brian Donaldson is coming home, Canadian $2. Let me kind of just add in a little bit to this whole conversation about black men that are traveling. I had a dude on my show before, and shout out to the Wolf Lifestyle. Man, I gotta call it like it is, man. People gonna get offended because I've started doing my little traveling thing. I mean, a little bit. I've been to a few countries, not so many, like compared to some people, but I've been to a few. And you hear a lot of black men always talking about, I'm done with black women in America. They ain't worth nothing. I'm gonna go to Brazil or I'm gonna go to Dominican Republic. And it's like, all right, you go out there. Some of these dudes been going out there for like 10, 15 years, living out there, some of them, and you ain't marrying them, or the truth back home. Like, that's
Thank you.
That's a good point, man. Like, I mean, can I say Hotep, King Riches?
Hey, yeah, go for it, man.
Hotep, man. That's a good point, man. Like, there's a dude. Okay, like I gotta say this. There was a brother, right? He was he came on here and I'm not gonna say when because I want to give it away, but he was like, yeah, man. Like I was in. He's kind of one of those Hotep dudes, right? Yeah, man. I was in Africa, man. I fucked like 10 chicks. You know what I'm saying? That I had threesomes, and to me, like I'm thinking to myself, like, bro, like you be pushing pro-blackness, but you be out here in Africa like trying to slut the bitches out, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, when I went to Brazil, Hotep, I don't want to incriminate myself, Hotep, but let's just say, it wasn't no, I went to the few little spots they had and shit like that. I was praying, and reading the Bible, but and it's not search for a huru, but I have a problem with black men who, you want to complain about what's going on, and then you go to different places and you just kind of really want to just slut everybody out. So you really can't have no complaints. I mean, if
Exactly.
I mean, I do kind of. I mean, I kind of look at that with like, okay, so it's like, nigga, well, what if these women work? You say these women are acting right, then you ain't gonna. So it's like you don't really want to give me. You just want to get your fuck on. Just say that. Listen, black women in America, they don't want to just let me fuck them and not do shit with them. So I'm mad at them because of that, and I want to go over to Mexico, Brazil, or Dominican Republic. That would be a better explanation. Some of these niggas need to just come out and just say that. Listen,
Exactly.
black women, I just want to fuck them in America and not do shit for them or be with them like that. They don't want to let me do that. So since they won't let me just fuck them and not do anything for them, I need to go someplace else. We do it. I think we do got a group of black men out there who are like that in the manosphere and don't want to just say that. Now, to be honest, we do have some brothers who have been like married and been in some relationships and stuff like that, like married twice. Shout out to my boy Taylor Made Dreams. He been married twice, tried to make it work and all this shit. So I understand. He like, I'm done. You know what I mean? I'm retired now. I've been there, done that, been divorced. But there's some niggas, man, who have never been divorced or even married, and they just sex touring like a motherfucker. Like, you don't want to take care of no woman. Just come out and say that. Don't say like the reason why I'm out here fucking 34,000 chicks over here in, is because these black bitches in America ain't shit. You never intended to have no serious relationship in the first place. So don't put that on them. Put that on you, nigga.
Hey, let me add.
Go ahead.
Can I add one thing? Another thing. A lot of guys, yeah, like this is just my humble. In the Western world, UK, USA, yeah, a lot of the girls are hoes. So how are you gonna tell me that you can't get sex in the UK or in the USA?
Exactly.
Like, bruh, like that's where I start side eyeing a lot of guys, like, you know what I mean? Because we all are, these hoes ain't loyal, they're scumbags, they're nasty, blah blah blah. But you have to go all the way to Dominican Republic to fuck girls.
I'll answer that.
Think about it. Like,
you go to Dominican Republic or Brazil.
Yeah, like why do you need to catch the flight?
Or if you go to Brazil, it's like, okay, it's like this kind of quality chick in Brazil is like, you can't get them nowhere else. I mean, I'll just be honest. So,
so you say they're going there to get a higher quality, good looking hoe, basically.
Oh, yes, and that is definitely. I mean,
that's fair enough then.
Yeah, that's what it's like. You know what it is, King Richard? Yeah, it's like I said last week or the week before. A lot of black people wear masks, and if they could fuck out, they will. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of them just say, you know what? Instead of saying, oh, these black women, they're bitches, they're this, they're that. Just say how it is. You find them unattractive. You like women of other races, and you want to go out there and do your thing. That's what I think.
They want to live a rap video. They want to live a music video.
Exactly.
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people dance around their talk. You know what I'm saying? Like women, you have to interpret them, but it's now you have to interpret men as well. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's got to, bro. You have to start interpreting men and shit, bro. Like, before you just say, you know what? I'm not really feeling black chicks. Let me go and fuck some chick from Brazil with that long silky hair and shit. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. If you don't like black girls, just say you don't like black girls, innit?
Let me ask. Can I ask you lot this? You know, when these brothers go to these like, third world countries and bang all these chicks, are they banging like the actual whores there, or are they like banging the women that are like, the quote unquote good women that they see you as a good man?
It depends on the guy. It depends on the guy. Because I know guys that go to East Africa because they're East African themselves. You know what I'm saying? And they deal with a lot of chicks. You know what I'm saying? But he deals with him and his guys deal with top quality chicks. You know what I'm saying? They go to the club. They meet real fine chicks, and they get chicks here. So I can say, okay, I've seen the type of chicks you get. But then if you talk about those men who don't get chicks at all, bro, they're gonna be anything, bro. It's like O'Shea was saying, bruv, yesterday, you put a hole in a tree, bruv, they'll fuck it, bruv. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bruv. That's how it goes. So it depends on the guy. It depends on the guy still.
Because I just think that it's like if you're going to a country where, it's impoverished, and then like you're moving to girls that are like, they're not whores, right? They're not whores. They're just women that want a good man or whatever. And they might give you the draws because you're selling them a dream. Yeah. And then you just bang them and then fuck off. Like you're basically a scumbag too. Do you know what I mean?
You're a scumbag. You're a scumbag because you could say, oh, the girls in America, the girls in UK, they're not worth ish because they do this, they do that, they cheat on you, they cheat on that, and then you run to the same place. These women out there, like for example, there's a documentary about Brazil. I remember some nice woman, bro. She's sitting down saying, "Oh, we like American men. They're this and that and da 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 da."
I saw that. I've seen that.
In a few years, they're gonna turn around and say the exact same thing as you say about black women because you come over there and do the same thing. So it's a lot of hypocrisy.
That's that nigga shit.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That Negro shit, bro. You see it. So I don't know, bro. I think the whole game's fucked up in regards to this section of it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I know that goes on in Ghana. Like a lot of African American dudes, from what I've been told, go to Ghana and like, and just instead of being straight up like I'm gonna bring you back to the United States, I'm gonna do this for you, and all of that, and they just be fucking on them and just kind of bounce or whatever like that. So I
Bruv,
mean, I
like
heard that
what
happens.
low level of game? So yeah, it does. But what low level of game must you have to go to a impoverished chick and run some type of game on her like that, bro?
Right.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
I just think like this. If I was to go to, if I like, I will be very like honest. If I'm going to like Brazil or the DR and I just want to live this music video for 2 weeks, I will say that's what I'm going there for, blood.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And I'm probably, and the girls I'm gonna bang are probably, yeah, they're probably hoes, but they're very, very good looking hoes. They're better looking hoes than the hoes here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna live that little movie in it. Like, do you know what I mean? But if I go to, if I have the mindset of, look, I'm looking for a wife, and then I go to Africa or something, I go to a country in Africa, that's what it is, innit? Like, do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna go and sell no fucking dreams. You know what I mean? Because then I have to live with that. Yeah, obviously some guys don't have a conscience to a certain degree, and certain degree I do have a conscience. So I'm not gonna fucking sell a quote unquote good woman or family orientated woman a dream and then just bang her and then bounce. Like that's some bullshit. Like, you know what I mean?
Let me say this in defense of. So, I mean, I know I'm not a British dude, but I will tell you, man, I've been to Africa, 2 different African countries, Uganda twice, South Africa once. Man, African women. This is my experience, and I've been there 3 times. Man, you talk about entitled, bro. Those women are, for the most part, they're no angels. They are after your shit. You know what I mean? And they have scams for your ass. They'll hit you up from some you'll be on the phone with them on WhatsApp, and all of a sudden you'll hear from them from like a week, and then they'll hit you up from somebody's phone. Oh, babe, somebody robbed me. Somebody took my purse. Almost every African chick has hit me with some type of excuse for money. You know what I mean? And this is what happens with a lot of I can't say like some of these guys' intentions are not. I think a guy who's going to these other countries, they may go there with good intentions, and once they really meet how those women are, it may show like, okay, these bitches really ain't shit too. Because really, man, those African women, in the DR chicks, they'll be having dudes sending them money, thinking that this will be, and they're still fucking the dudes in their city. I remember one time, bro, I was dating a chick in Uganda, and I talked about this before. I caught the bitch coming into the mall while I was there with another nigga.
But that's the thing. That's the thing, though, fam. This is why it's like a thing of like when guys keep saying, "Oh, black women, bro." All women are capable of doing fuckery, bro.
Yes.
All of them, bro. Do you know what I mean? So, to be fair, and I've said this in videos before, yeah, the difference between a good girl and a bad girl is how she treats you. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, basically, they're the same person. And all women are more or less the same. They're more or less after all the same things. Now, it's just they may behave to different levels and different degrees. Do you know what I mean? But they are fundamentally after the same shit. Do you know what I mean? So, and they're capable of the same shit. So, you know what I mean? You always have. That's why having the red pill and learning, not necessarily. I'm not gonna say being MGTOW, but I'm saying like learning the principles is so important. Do you know what I mean?
I'll say this: being an African American, to be honest, I know that you feel maybe like with the I will probably never pick an African over an African American. I know that sounds bad, but dating an African as an African American is the same thing to me. Not the same thing, but it's almost like dating a white person, and because the culture is different. Like for example, me and Ghana Darren were talking about this. Like he said in Ghana, like people can steal from their family, and like I heard a story of this guy, a cab driver drove off and had his laptop in the bag, and they called the police, whatever, and just for them to bring it back, they're like, yo, man, give him like $20 or something like that for coming to bring it back. He's like, what? The nigga stole my shit. Like, the way they look at like theft or asking for money like that, like in Black America, if you take somebody's shit, you're gonna get fucked up. There's no doubt about it. Like, let's say King Richard's buff ass take my some of my combat boots. If I see that nigga, if you don't bring my shit back, in Black America, you get shot for fucking with nigga shit. And they don't do that over there. Like if so you steal something from somebody in Black America, and if they anywhere crazy, you know, and niggas are scandalous. Niggas will shoot your mama house up. You know what I mean? Until you know, in Black America, we have different rules and different relegations. Like if you fuck with certain things, we ain't gonna take. Stealing is one thing. Begging for money is another thing. And to me, I think as a Black American, I know you're British. I mean, the African people, man, they don't look at us the same. And they also different culture. The family be begging for money for the most part. You know, motherfuckers want to come stay at your house and shit. I mean, y'all niggas know how it is. You gotta bring them 35 goats or cattle or whatever, and you know that's how it rocks, man. Like for I don't know about you brothers, but as far as going to Africa to get I'm cool because there's gonna be a lot of unknown fuckery going on out there that you're not gonna understand. It's still gonna be a culture shock. It's like, yeah, okay, you got a big old fat ass, and we both like to fuck, but outside of that, I mean, you ain't got nothing in common. You know what I mean?
I understand your point of view, like, because from me living in America, I feel like I've got a good understanding of how you lot kind of operate and the challenges and obstacles there would be for an African American man wifing up an a native African woman. Like even me, who hails from Nigerian heritage, there would be definite cultural differences for me wifing up a Nigerian, well, not necessarily Nigerian, but an African woman. Yeah. Period. Do you know what I'm saying? So I would never knock what you're saying, because what you're saying makes sense and it actually makes life more simple. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like going back to the thing of just you relate to each other. Do you know what I mean? You come from the same background and culture, so you have that understanding, that unspoken understanding. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you don't need to explain nothing. Like, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I got to ask you this. Like, would you wife be a woman from maybe the Caribbean or the South America, though?
I'm probably more prone to do that than, I mean, to me, honestly, I would probably wife somebody from like Britain. You know what I mean? Hotep.
Yeah, because that's close. That's close. That would make more sense. Yeah,
like British person, that or black lady from France or something like that. Somebody in the Western world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to go to like, don't get me wrong. Like if I like lived in Africa or something like that, then I would definitely be out there with like 47 kids, because I would be out there. Shout out to Falcon Black. I'll be out there doing a lot of fucking Hotep. But you mean, okay, if I move to like Africa, like definitely some of the best looking chicks I've ever seen in my life were in Uganda and South Africa. Definitely, I would either have too many kids or die because I caught like some weird diseases and shit. So I'm going out with a bang, nigga.
Hey, one of the baddest chicks I ever beat. She was a South African mixed race South African chick. Oh my days, bro! Like that chick was bad. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm going out with a bang, nigga. He died. He died in. Look, just put me in the casket on the doggy style position with a girl like this here. You know what I mean? But as far as, I mean, I'm a westernized person, man. Like, you know, we are influenced on this panel. We are all westernized. We are from the. That's how we look at the world. We look at the world.
Yeah.
Through, you know, when I went to
you wife your a westernized white woman? Would you wife your white woman? Would you be open to it?
No, I couldn't be open to that for certain reasons. But I could tell you, man, I've had my struggles, and I've said that publicly with not dating Polish chicks. If I was more open to my, you know, that I would probably, if I was gonna do a white girl, probably a white girl here. But what was I gonna say? Hotep, I forgot. What was I just saying? I had something to say. You know, I'm getting old, nigga. You can't be around me.
South American chicks and that.
You said what now?
remember I asked you about the South American and
Oh yeah,
Caribbean.
yeah. Okay, I think. Okay, like when I went to Uganda the first time, immediately I had to catch myself because it's amazing how white people have trained us to look at the world.
yeah,
And so when you get to Africa, you're like, why are these people live? Why are there so many unregulated businesses? But like, what are these people stupid? Like, I had to catch myself. Like, wait a minute, hold on, Mr. White Man, get out my mind. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
If you can't get that out of you, we look at the world from a different position, a different perspective. And the only way that, to me, I think that it really, really works out, and at least for somebody like myself, is people who look at the world through the same lens or close to it. I mean, and I think that's very difficult for a person from Africa and that's black, and a person that's a black British or a black American to look at the world through the same lens. You just because the way an African does business and the way a black American does business, like for example, what's I've noticed like in the super chats, I noticed that the British dudes are much more frugal with their money. So with a British dude super chats, it's always no more than 2 British pounds. I always notice that.
I put 5, man.
5, okay. I've never seen like a British dude come in and drop like 100 pounds or 200 pounds. Never. Yeah. So that tells me that it's not that they don't have it, but the British dudes are more frugal, more kind of a little bit tight-fisted with their money, more so than African American guys. You know what I mean? So even within there, I think there's so much of a difference of a culture, how even through British black dudes see the world and how African American dudes see the world. You know what I mean? So I know that. I mean, and I've kind of noticed, like even Americans, if you go to restaurants, I heard Americans are more likely to leave a tip than just, let's say, British people in general. So the way that
we don't do that shit, man.
We don't do tips in Britain, man.
Yeah, see, so it's just there's certain things like the way that a black American does business for the most part, a way that a person in Nigeria does business. You know, American, you're more. It's about time. Being on time is very important. Shit, you know, in Africa, nigga, the meeting supposed to start at 8:00. Motherfuckers don't get there till 10:30. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's just differences in the way that you see the world. I think, at least for me. Who else wants to say something? Hotel.
Well, let me just say this. I think with African women, I think a lot of the time they would conform to what you're doing. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Even though they come with their culture, a lot of the time, well, in my experience, that culture was never imposed on me, apart from a few things. Like, for example, her parents would just turn up and stay for a week. And I'd be like, what's going on? You have to respect my mom. She's my mom. I'm thinking, damn, like, apart from that type of thing, yeah, you know, it wasn't really a problem. She would do her thing. She would go over her sisters like they need to do. But generally, she's under my program. I say money, she will ask me for money. You know, the kids get raised in a certain way. All of that type of stuff. You know what I mean? So it never really. There was no conflict in regards to culture. Do you understand? The culture never conflicted in that way. And what she came from there, she came to the UK. It's more of an obligation upon her to learn the culture that she's in anyway. Do you understand? So I don't know. Culturally, never. And you know, just one thing to add on that, I think us as Western blacks have a lot to learn from Africans anyway. Do you understand? Just generally, not too much.
Hey, Marlon, can I ask you a question?
Go on, bro.
You see your ex-wife, she's Somalian, right?
Yeah.
Was she Muslim?
Yeah, of course.
And are you Muslim?
Yeah.
You see,
Yeah.
with the bacon sandwich in his mouth. Hold on, brother.
No, I have a reason why.
I'm just wondering.
Like that. But yeah. I'm not too strong in it.
Right. Okay. I was just wondering if there was like a cultural problem with religion, you know, because I know Somalians obviously mostly Muslim.
No. The Muslim thing, I would admit, she was stronger in it than I was. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. I've been there, man.
Yeah, I would do the basics. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. There's no clash. There was no clash still. Even with the Muslim thing, there's no clash still.
Right.
Just to tell you guys, I've got to go in like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
same.
All right, yeah. Guys, listen. I mean, we'll wrap it up. Hotep. This is another successful stream, man. How many weeks
Yeah,
is
it's
this
good.
now?
This is the
5
fourth
weeks.
week, I think.
Fourth.
No, it gotta be more than 4.
Or
No,
No, I
five.
think this is
4 or 5.
5.
4 or 5.
5. Let me see. Yeah, it is number 5. Because last week was am I Nigerian or black or British? Why black men go and the MGTOW dealing with black male repression. Yeah, this is number 5. All right, man. Number 5, man. Thanks for you guys for showing up. I really appreciate you, brothers, man. Last thoughts? Anybody last thoughts, player?
Subscribe to all our channels, man. Obviously.
Do people come from this channel, like from these podcasts? Have you people found you from anybody like King Riches? Like, did anybody?
Yeah, I think that my there has been a little bit of awareness now. You know, I've seen a wave of subs, so I'm guessing it's coming from these streams. So this is really helping out, and you know, a lot of brothers, because it's a lot of things. A lot of times, like I've been noticing comments like, "Oh, I've just found your channel," and I'm like, "Yeah, I've been around for a little while, you know." Like, you know what I mean? Like, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you say some real stuff." Like, wow. Like, I'm like, "Yeah, man. Like, yeah, check me out, bro." So like, yeah, it's good to help each other grow in it. Like, do you know what I mean? So, you know, everybody that hears this, make sure you sub to everybody on this panel's channel and all of that. Like, you know what I mean? And obviously, yeah, watch out. Every Saturday, we're always gonna be here with O'Shea. What we're saying.
Yeah, I just want to make a quick point on the subject.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, understand, you know, especially coming from me, who's just come out of a 5-year-long relationship with a white woman. You know, don't get it twisted. Don't listen to all this quote unquote black female bashing videos and assume that, oh, it's all rosy on the other side with white women, because no, in my quote unquote MGTOW opinion, all women are like that. All women are the same. You'll get the same problems essentially. And so you shouldn't come thinking that, oh, there is some certain group of women that are better than the other, in my opinion. That's all I want to say.
Okay.
What I would say is, brothers, you know, white women are not a permanent fix. You know, fix what's within, and that's within the male, within the female, and you could push forward, and that in itself is the permanent fix. But, you know, it's just like what Falcon Black said. You know, you cannot put another race over your race like that, because no one else does it apart from us. So
Yes.
white women, no, they're not the permanent fix. If you like them and that's your thing, go ahead. But don't ever put them on a pedestal over your own women, because you know what? I guarantee they will never, ever do that the opposite way. There you go. Done.
Shout out to Brother Marl. And then who else? I would think that's Senator. Go ahead, Senator, man. I mean, everybody was like, so where's your channel? But the Senator is not on YouTube no more, but he's makes his special appearances. Go ahead, Senator, man. Let them know what they can, what they can find you at and all that stuff. Play up.
Really, they can't really find me anywhere. Because the thing is like, if they go on my autism like page and stuff, like I'm not gonna be talking the same type of stuff that I'll be talking here on the autism page. So there's really no point of finding me, because really, like, until I build the Black Manosphere UK, like, you might as well just wait. It's July now, so expect some developments to be coming soon. I'm just optimizing the platform right now. I've learned everything I need to know about Facebook, and I've applied that to my autism stuff. So right now I'm learning Instagram, and then when I get to YouTube, get the information I need for YouTube, because I actually invested money from very high profile people in regards of understanding the platform and whatever, and it does actually work. And once that happens, everyone will know about what's going on with the Black Manosphere UK. I'm just gonna optimize the platform. I'm setting rules. I've already decided who I want to basically come in and who I really want to basically be involved with in collaborations and all that good stuff. But everything will be revealed. Once I sort everything out with my autism platform and I optimize everything there, the Black Manosphere UK will be coming very soon. So that's all I can really say about that.
All right, man. We're all looking forward to it. Let me just shout out to the not only the British brothers, right? But we do know that most of the support that comes from those or the viewing audience are from the United States. So I just really want to thank our African American watchers because you guys are giving most of the the views. Like most people, like they're always excited on this every Saturday. Shout out to my boy Sports and Philosophy. He came on last week, but he wasn't able to make it this week for whatever reason. I want to shout out to our brothers from the UK. Black is Night. He was supposed to be on today. He came on a little bit. You guys said he sounds posh or posh. I guess it's proper. Sounds proper. Yeah. So he was. So I just think the brothers in our black brothers in the UK. Because they have talent, also, and they have experiences that are similar to ours. And a lot of people just can't believe it. Like, damn, the shit they're talking about. Because when Black Americans think about like black dudes in Europe or in the UK, it's like, I try to be mean or nothing, but we like. Who like most Black American niggas is like we don't give a fuck about them. You know what I mean? Like those niggas are lame. They're in England. Like what? Who the fuck gives a fuck about a nigga in England? You know what I mean? And I think that like the black dudes in America don't think like outside like Lennox Lewis, like any motherfucker in England like that's black. Like who are there's black people in England? Like most niggas don't even think about that, but after hearing it, like the perspective is changing. Okay, so yeah, these dudes know their shit. All right, so they do know what's up. They do see what's going on. So I want to thank you, brothers, because for supporting the show. It's kind of like almost thinking like a black dude from Nebraska. You like a nigga from Nebraska, a nigga from Idaho, a nigga from Montana. That's a lame nigga. A nigga from Canada, but you don't know until for real. That's how niggas think. Like a nigga like I'm from Sacramento. Back in the day, Sacramento used to be known as a cow town. Anybody know that? Like in California, they'd be like a hoop team from like a football team from Sacramento. Like that's what happened with Long Beach Poly. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Long Beach Poly in LA. They were like one of the perennial powerhouse. They played my team from Grant High School. And they're like, this black school, they're gonna get beat by 50 points in the state championship, and they won. We won. So you can never sleep on anybody, man. Like niggas is everywhere. So shout out to the brothers in the United Kingdom, man. You guys do a great job every Saturday. We'll be talking about the police stops next Sunday, Saturday. Tomorrow, I want to shout out to tomorrow. We got Is White Supremacy Real? Dwayne 2827. Thank you, brother. Always supporting. So we got Is White Supremacy Real Part 2.
Ooh,
so
ABL's gonna be on that, yeah.
You said what?
ABL, yeah.
ABL's on that, yeah. I'll be streaming. Yeah. I'll be watching that, man.
Hey, your streams with ABL are jokes, man. I like listening to him, man. I don't agree with the shit he says, but I like listening to him. He's funny, man. He's funny without trying.
Soldier, man.
Yeah, he's just militant.
I'll tell you what. If anybody from the UK tomorrow. Now, I'll reserve a spot if you guys want some of that glaze. Like as David Carroll will say, because they're gonna be ABL gonna be on tomorrow. They're gonna be some other black conservatives with ABL's talking points. The Uber guy. So if you guys want to get on, it will be a packed show. So I'm just letting people know that right now. The Sunday.
I think King Richard will be good.
Yeah. So if you want to get on, you can. Anybody, you can just let me know. But I will tell you right now, the stream tomorrow on Sundays is going to be packed.
What's the topic?
What'd you say?
What's the topic?
Is White Supremacy real? Part 2. So we're doing a part 2 from last week's show. That's Anthony Brian Logan. And
that's sick. Yeah.
Last Sunday it was 2 Sundays ago it was so busy. Even Black Ram couldn't get on.
Yeah.
So imagine that. Wow. Black Ram, who's like probably one of the most known YouTubers, couldn't get on the stream. Because it was packed, and it was. All
I'm gonna say is that, like, with that ABL guy, man, he's right. He was just making me laugh because it was like everything he was saying is like the rest of the panel was just going against him, and he was just stubborn, steadfast with what he was saying. He was like, "Fuck it, I don't care." Boom, 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 boom. This is that, and yeah, it's very, very entertaining, man. Those streams are very entertaining.
There is a lot of truth in what he says, though, bro.
It is.
Yeah, I agree.
There is.
Yeah, but like I think that like there is truth. There are truths to what he's saying, but technical things, I think he kind of misses the mark in certain respects.
No, but you know what it is? I don't want to hold up the show any longer, but you know what it is? I think ABO, yeah, his stance is like, okay, he might miss a few things out, but if you take his stance, yeah, and you take his methodology and his way of thinking, it's more of, okay, you know what? This thing exists or it doesn't exist. What are we going to do about it? Let's put something into action. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's not complaining and, white supremacy is, white supremacy, but if you take his stance, it's like, okay, it is what it is. It is what it is. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Let's do something. Yeah. And that's why I like listening to him, because there's a lot of truth in what he says, bro. Not all of it, but a lot of it.
Disclaimer. Not all of it.
The stream tomorrow. The stream tomorrow is going to start 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so that will be 9 p.m. my time, 8 o'clock your time out there. Doug said O'Shea ABL got spanked by the white boy. I think he debated some guys. So listen, I got Kai Mighty. So listen, the brothers that want to get on the stream for tomorrow. Hold on, Jazzy claimed the one I'm debating. There have been some women asking to get on the streams. You're not gonna get on these fucking streams, okay? I'm gonna tell you why. Because you women have all other channels on YouTube that you can get on. Let these brothers, y'all trying to infiltrate these black men spaces, okay? I had somebody talking about, can I get on the podcast today? I've been to England before. No, this is for black men in
I've been there before.
I've been there before. I want to come on and talk. No, okay? This is not no black community stream. I do the Saturday and the Sunday streams are for black men. Well, damn near every night it's on here for black men. So no, we don't do no women on the weekends. Okay, these for these brothers.
Hey,
go ahead.
Hey, O'Shea, I like how you're structuring it with the women though, like, because it's like you're giving them their own like kind of stream to say whatever they want to say, instead of like including them in our, like, you know what I mean, when it's a collective of black guys talking. Do you know what I mean? Because I think that if you bring in, I know you're not going to, but I'm saying if it was a thing of you was going to bring in women, it kind of disrupts the, you know what I mean, the talking points get skewered and then it gets emotional and all of that shit. Like, fuck all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And then they be trying to come on and change the shit up. Man, listen, no, I don't want y'all money. I don't want y'all over here on these channels. I want y'all in the comment section where y'all need to be. Okay, keep your ass commenting and LOL and all of that. You can hit the super chat though if you really want to, but you're not gonna be on these goddamn male panels. So don't ask. All right, anything you brothers want to say?
Nope.
I'm good. Thanks for a good stream, O'Shea.
Yo, and me in Falcon MGTOW was supposed to do a show on 10 betas traits or something like that, but
yeah.
Hotep, again, you've been out there, doing all these karate chops and shit, nigga. So we have
to wait. See, man,
we do it at the end of this month. We do it at the end of this month.
A MGTOW brother is on his purpose. You see, I'm out there kicking ass, man.
Yeah,
but yeah, we'll do it.
Okay, and then guys, like I said, anybody on the panel they want to do a one-on-one. I've done a one-on-one. I haven't done a one-on-one with King Richards, I don't think yet, or Marlon, but I have done one with Senator Truth. So I thank you guys for what you guys are contributing, man. We no homo. We love you guys, man. We love y'all. I'm gonna be out in London. Get my trick on Hotep, and see y'all next week. And again, if I don't know if you guys want to get on with ABL, I got Super Sly said yes already. ABL yes. Dynast Amir yes. Search for who's gonna be yes. Okay. I sent out Phil to advise y'all know if he's coming or not. New possibilities, don't know if he's coming or not. But yeah, just let me know if you guys want to get on. I'll try to get anybody on who, like I said, I know you. Last week we had 25 guests, which means that we had 10 people on. People dropped off. 10 more people came on.
Serious?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man.
Well, we had like 600 people. Oh, and real Aaron Collins, bro. So Aaron, drop me your email real quick because I definitely want to get Aaron Collins on with ABL. That'll be gonna be crazy. So tomorrow is gonna be fireworks. Tomorrow, I can guarantee you that because we got some headhunter niggas on the panel. It's gonna be going crazy. Whenever ABL comes through, it's crazy. So, thank you, brothers. Anything else you guys want to say?
Nope.
Just one question. Do you have anyone else from the UK like prospective to come on
tomorrow?
What about
Fish? Just the Saturday shows. Do you have anyone else from the UK that you're that you have in mind and getting on the show?
You know what? Replicant fish. I don't. They're dudes. You know what? This is what I'm seeing. These guys, for right now, I don't. I've had to do sports and philosophy. He came on last week, but I think the more that we do it, the more the dudes are going to come out and want to get a part of it. That's kind of what I'm waiting on. So we just got to keep at it.
Cool.
All right, man. Thank you guys for holding it down, man, for the UK. I appreciate you, brothers. I'm gonna shout out to. Let me send it to my brother Aaron real quick. Anything anybody want to say?
O'Shea, it's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, man.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you guys. Shout out to Senator Truth for making that video. Peace. See you guys next week.
Peace,
All right,
peace,
peace.
man.
Peace.
Take it easy.
In a hotel.